the Bears' game plan has changed, if they're able to have a little bit more success against this George Wythe team, or if the George Wythe defense that we've come accustomed to seeing is going to be too much for them.
Now, George Wythe, it is important to remember with the Lady Maroons that last night they actually handled the Roller Tree Lady Indians fairly well, especially after losing Peyton Phillippe early in the game to accidental elbow, again, cut on the head. She was not able to continue playing, but she is back in action tonight. They will have her against this Bland County Lady Bears team. It'll be interesting to see how they combat that and take away what they take away from that first meeting.
It should be a very good game plan of X's and O's to see, because we saw in one of our broadcasts earlier, Sydney Stowers for the Lady Bears was lights out from the three-point line. Had countless three-pointers. Looking at look, I have this. She had 5 three-pointers, and I may have missed a few, honestly. So Stowers shows off the ability to shoot the basketball. George Wythe has not shown. They've been shown the ability to switch into a 2-3 at times. They primarily like to run their man defense so they can get out into a lead. And Coach Campbell has shown he's not afraid to run stall offenses and do some unconventional things on the court.
And we talked about it last night as well. Actually, in 2 different occasions, with over a minute left to go on the end of the quarter, instead of actually running plays and taking shots, they actually literally had one was Malik Kurtner and the other one was Mackenzie Ingo stand at half court and hold the ball for literally the entire time on the clock. So we take a look at as you said, Bland County. Sydney Stowers in the game against Fort Chiswell earlier this year was on fire. And we saw that was one of the major reasons that Bland County was still in that game, was because of her shooting prowess. We also know that Fort Chiswell is a team that likes to run the 2-3 zone a lot. So they got a lot of open look opportunities. George Wythe may not give as many open looks. They're going to have to earn their points down low on the team.
And I went to watch that game that I was talking about earlier in the year between these two teams. And it seems that the majority of the problem involved George Wythe's full-court press against this Bland County team. There was a time when the game was tied early on. It was 3-3. And then the George Wythe Lady Maroons deployed their press, and Bland couldn't even get it across half court. So it'll be interesting to see if George Wythe starts out early in that full-court press, if Coach Campbell chooses to use it at a certain time, or what the game plan will be, and if Coach Lambert on the Bland County side has developed a better game plan to be able to advance the ball down the court.
Well, and then in this area, what team does the full court press by George Wythe not give problems? I mean, this is such a tight and tough defense that the Lady Maroons employ, especially when it goes to the full court press, as you mentioned, trapping in the corners to do such a fantastic job at. And that goes for both the Lady Maroons and the boys Maroons, because they are just a fantastic defensive-minded team. Now, for Bland County, it is breakable. It is beatable. It's just going to have to depend on watching some film if they maybe saw a certain look that they like and how they're going to be able to move the ball past the timeline.
Welcome back to George Wythe High School here in Wytheville, Virginia, along with my broadcast partner, Blake Holmes. I am Jacob Underwood. We are 4 minutes and 30 seconds away from our girls' varsity action as the Bland County Lady Bears travel to Wytheville to take on the Lady Maroons. We'll go ahead and give you our keys to victory for both teams. But before we do that, important to note that tonight is senior night. Seniors for the George Wythe Maroons, Jo Beth Hilton, Mary Catherine Claypool, and Caroline King. And a cool moment from Coach Campbell allowing all 3 of them to be the captain of the team tonight. So that is something you like to see.
It's something that they will remember and take with them after this night for the rest of the season and really the rest of their lives, because they spend so much time and dedication into this program. And George Wythe, again, as we know, is a fantastic basketball program. So the amount of time and dedication they spend, this is something that is a great sight to see from Coach Campbell.
So our keys to the game, Blake, if you will, we'll start out with the Lady Bears.
Well, for Bland County, we saw, as I said earlier in the broadcast, the shooting of Sydney Stowers was the entire reason they were still in the game against the Lady Pioneers earlier this season. So get out to a hot start on the three-point line. If George Wythe decides to start out in a 2-3 zone, which we've seen them start out in a number of different looks, if they give you a favorable look, don't be afraid to pull the deep ball. Be able to take a lot of shots. If you can knock them down, force George Wythe to change and adjust to beat you. Secondly, they have some decent-sized players in the team. Win the offensive glass, be able to get plenty of opportunities, and get plenty of other possessions. Because George Wythe, one of the main things they do so well is rebounding, and that's the main reason they beat you.
I believe Sydney Moses, the last time we broadcast the Bland County Bears, had a good game on the glass, but she's right around 10 rebounds. So Moses is going to have to hold her own down low because, like we talked about last night, the George Wythe guards do a great job of rebounding for their position. You typically don't see a player with 15 rebounds on this George Wythe team, although Mackenzie Ingo sometimes tries her best to get to that number. It's typically right around five a person, and that's how they gain rebounds. And that's why they're so tough on both the offensive and defensive glass.
Now, Mackenzie Ingo does a great job getting position. Malia Kirtner as well. Drea Betts gets a couple of rebounds per game. but the main big man down low is Kaylee Leffler in the starting lineup. She does a great job getting separation. Even though she doesn't always grab the rebound, she always clears out everything, allowing, as we said, the four-guard system to go down and grab many rebounds. So it's a balanced attack. There's not really a set big man other than Leffler clearing out into the lower post, and that's one thing that makes George Wythe so versatile.
And flip it around for us. On the other side, what do the Lady Maroons have to do to protect their home court on senior night?
Well, for George Wythe, one, remember, the first key is, remember, this is senior night. So those three players, as you mentioned, Caroline King, Mary Catherine Claypool, and JoBeth Hilton, this will be their last game for the regular season-wise here in the dungeon. So you want to go out on a great note. This is a tough basketball team they're going to be taking with the Bland County Lady Bears, so be sure to give your A game. But secondly, the main thing, keep the defensive pressure. We saw countless times against Roll Retreat and last night and then throughout the entire season, the defensive pressure and the tight coverage off the ball up front has been what's the main reason that they were able to limit teams and not allow them to be in close games. So keep the defensive intensity up, always jump the passing lanes, and force Bland County to make good shots.
We're going to take a second to talk about a player on the George Wythe Lady Maroons that is kind of underrated in a way. Kind of flies under the radar behind the star power of the starting lineup. But Haley Patel is a great three-point shooter. It seems like every game we broadcast, she's flirting with 2 or 3 three-pointers. She shoots it at a high clip as well. Can you talk just a little bit about how having a shooter on the bench like that you can put in and consistently knock down a three-pointer in big situations is important?
And not just Haley Patel, also Autumn Guthrie as well, coming off the six-man role and playing a decent role from the beach club. But the idea is if you can have a set shooter like Haley Patel come off the bench, you have a weapon in that if you get down big or you need a three at a certain time, you can put in a three-point shooting lineup, and Haley Patel will be there. So she can spot up in the corner, she can run the perimeter, spot up at the wing, and she can knock down a three. That's such a big boost because that's another player for Bland County to keep an eye on, or if they don't, still make them pay.
Well, welcome back to George Wythe High School here in Wytheville, Virginia. The starting lineup being announced. A cool presentation there right before the game where some of the youth league players in the George Wythe program came out onto the court for the national anthem. Starting for the Bland County Bears, it will be Stowers, Townley, Ratliff, number 24, Mutter, and Moses. For the George Wythe Lady Maroons, Mackenzie Ingo, number 1. JoBeth Hilton getting the start tonight on her senior night. Mary Catherine Claypool also getting the start on senior night. Number 23, Haley Leffler. And finally, number 32, Caroline King. As you can probably hear in the background, the gym is pretty full, and people are still filling in. We expect by the time of our second game, this gym will be completely packed. So if you are coming here tonight or plan on it, I would hurry up and try to get here because the seats are limited.
A high-profile matchup coming up here tonight. And what a great tribute here for the Lady Maroons as we see many senior players coming out and starting. And one of the bright sides is with this lineup, they do have a lot of size in right now. Mary Catherine Claypool, Kaylee Leffler, and JoBeth Hilton, just for example, bigger players and a great job to potentially get the size.
The tip is up, won by Stowers, but it will go into the hands of King, who passes it over for Ingo. Into underneath 4, JoBeth Hilton. Hilton will put up a 2-point shot. No good. Rebound pulled down by Moses. Into the hands of Ratliff. Ratliff gets it across the timeline. 2-3 defense for the Maroons. Passes over to the right side for Townley. Back to Stowers. Stowers may have gotten away with the travel. Goes back to the right hand. In the corner for Townley. Townley drives the baseline. Going to fall to the ground. Mary Catherine Claypool in good defensive position. Bland County wanted the foul call. Mackenzie Ingo will get it across the timeline. Passes over to Hilton. Back up top for Ingo. Swing pass for King. Into the corner now for Leffler. Leffler feeds the post for Claypool. And Stowers is going to be able to knock it out of her hand. And it will go out of bounds and stay with the Lady Maroons.
And as you mentioned, Mary Catherine Claypool staying straight up and taking good defensive position to force the turnover. On the other side, Leffler just trying to force a bounce pass in on the good cut. Could not quite get it to go, but George Wythe will reset.
Ingo inbounds it to Hilton. He throws it to Leffler. Leffler will lose it off of her foot. Hilton with a good hustle to run down the basketball. Leffler will dribble handoff now for Ingo. Ingo pressured by Ratliff near half court. Dribbling with the left hand, crosses over back to the right. Gets a screen from Claypool to the free throw line. Now reverses out to the corner. Throws it to Claypool at the high post. Throws it backside for King. King back to Claypool. Claypool hook shot is partially blocked there by Moses. And it will go out of bounds and stay with the Lady Maroons. And they're going to say that the ball was already out of bounds before Ingo ran it down.
And that is a questionable decision. It looked like Ingo actually grabbed it going out of bounds, but instead the officials do call a shot. Jobin Hilton from the corner three, no good, as it's rebounded by Mackenzie Ingo.
So you'll have it in the right corner now. Gets a screen from King, dribbling back up top. Passes to King now on the right side. Dribble handoff back to Ingo. Ingo still handling the ball. Going to get a screen here from Claypool. Gets to the elbow, dumps off a pass for Hilton. Hilton to the top of the key for Leffler. Leffler is going to be fouled. And we will see who they call that on. That was on number 23. They're going to call.
It's just a little bit of a...
He pointed the wrong way. So he pointed the way of an offensive foul, but it was a foul on the defense on number
24 on the play, and that is Kayla Mutter. Although it looks like, yes, it is Kayla Mutter with the foul on the reach-in call, as it was Leffler who tried to step through and could not quite do it.
Ingo looks backside for Leffler, nothing there. Instead it goes to Caroline King. King drives in, pull-up shot from the free throw line, no good. Rebound pulled down there by number 24, Mutter. Mutter into the hands of Ratliff. Ratliff throws it to the right wing for Townley. Townley goes back to Ratliff. Ratliff swing pass to the left side now for Stowers. Stowers pressured by King. Still in the 2-3 defense are the Lady Maroons. Into the corner now for Mutter. Mutter back up top for Stowers. Dribble handoff for Townley. Townley goes back to her left hand. Stowers has it on the right wing now. Back up to the top of the key for Townley. For Moses. Moses, a long two-point shot. No good. Rebound is going to be ran down there by Townley. Townley gets to the elbow. Dish pass off for Ratliff. Ratliff pull-up shot is no good off the backside of the rim. Tough rebound pulled down by Mary Catherine Claypool. She'll throw it into the hands of Moses. Moses drives in, puts up the layup. No good. It is missed. A rebound pulled down by Mackenzie Ingo. And Mackenzie Ingo is going to fall to the ground. And they're going to get a jump ball as Moses was able to get her hands in there and tie it up.
And good hustle there by Ingo going up and getting the rebound, but a lot of missed layups so far in this game. That's going to be something they have to clean up by the end of the game.
Stowers is the inbounder. Throws it backside for Townley. Townley pull-up shot, no good. Rebound pulled down by Hilton. Hilton throws it ahead to Ingo. Ingo going to throw it backside for Leffler. Leffler streaking down the court. Blows the layup. Offensive rebound pulled down by King. And then King's pass is going to be knocked away by Ratliff. And there's going to be a scramble for the basketball. And it's going to be a jump ball. And we're going to get a platoon swap for the Lady Maroons as Malia Kurtner, Autumn Guthrie, and Drea Beck check in for the three seniors.
And this is typically the starting lineup you see here for the George Swift Lady Maroons, as we see the seniors do go to the bench. And we also see a member, number 40, for the Glenn County Lady Bears, that is Randy Dillow.
Quick inbounds pass to Malia Kurtner. Kurtner puts up the shot, no good, but she is fouled. And she will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair.
Tough drive with her left hand. It does Malia Kurtner and goes up and takes the contact. A good block out of bounds, but the contact is enough for the foul. She'll go to the line for two.
5:28 remaining here in the first quarter. We are still scoreless. First shot from the charity stripe. Good for Kurtner. Mutter will check out. Checking in her place is Victoria Irwin. Kurtner's second shot from the line, nothing but net. 2-0 lead for the George Swift Maroons. Here comes the pressure we talked about. Ratliff gets it to Dillow. Dillow throws it ahead to Stowers. Stowers goes back to Dillow. Dillow streaking down the court. Puts up a left-hand shot. Blocked out of bounds. Malia Kurtner able to reject that shot there by Dillow, and it will stay with the Lady Bears.
A dominating block there by Kurtner. Goes straight up and swats it out of bounds. But as you mentioned, the pressure causes Bland County to have to force their pressure. They did a good job breaking it, but not a great job on the shot.
Moses takes the inbounds pass, puts up a 12-foot shot, no good. Rebound pulled down by Ratliff. Ratliff spin move on Ingo, puts up the second chance opportunity, no good. But she is fouled. She will go to the free throw line to shoot two.
Ingo going for the shot on the pretty spin move there by Emily Ratliff. Gets the arm, and she will go to the line for two on a great job running down the pass, and almost, again, she'll go try to tie the game.
First shot from the line is good. 2-1 the score. Second shot, good as well. Tied again at 2. Quick inbound pass for Kurtner. Kurtner pass ahead to Guthrie. Guthrie goes back to Kurtner. Kurtner into the corner for Beth. Long 2-point shot from Beth. No good. Rims out. Rebound is going to be ran down by Mackenzie Ingo. Ingo pressured by Dillow. Splits the defense. Passes over to Guthrie. Guthrie into the corner for Beth. Betts dribbles it up top for Guthrie. Guthrie lines up a three-point shot. No good. Rebound pulled down by Ingo. Ingo's second chance opportunity is good off the glass. Mackenzie Ingo doing yeoman's work so far on the rebounding part of the game so far.
4 rebounds early in this first quarter for her, and she shows no sign to stop it. They get a trap here at half court, and it will be a backcourt violation here. Again, there is what I was talking about, the trapping in the corners that George Wythe does such a fantastic job at. They force the ball carrier to have to step back court. Great job with the defensive pressure.
Turner inbounds it to Ingo. Ingo will run the point guard position. 3-2 defense from the Lady Bears. Betts throws it to Guthrie now. Guthrie goes back to Betts on the left wing. Into the corner for Ingo. Ingo bounce pass inside for Leffler. Drop step move from Leffler. No good. Cannot finish. Rebound's going to be ran down by Dillow. Dillow streaking down the court. Guthrie will cut her off. Dillow crossover move. Tries to go baseline. Instead, we'll throw it to Irwin. Irwin turnaround shot off the backside of the rim. No good. Rebound tipped around and will be ran down there by Ratliff. Ratliff has to dive on it. Betts is able to knock it away momentarily. And we're going to get a jump ball as Guthrie was able to get her hands in there on the basketball, and it will stay with the Lady Bears.
The gang rebounding there by George Wythe forces Stowers to have to go to the ground and cannot quite actually get a hand on the ball. Therefore, George Wythe able to go in and force the jump ball, and, of course, the position arrow points to Blount County.
Stowers inbounds it to Moses, who passes it to Dillow. Dillow reverse dribble, crossover now on Kirtner, drives in, kicks it out for Irwin, back out for Ratliff. Ratliff puts it on the floor, drives in, puts up a tough shot. No good, but Ratliff is fouled, and she will go to the free throw line to shoot two.
Ingo shows such a great job at going straight up until she goes to try to make a block. And whenever she goes to get that block, she actually gets the wrist of the player. Therefore, it is a foul call. Good call by the official. That's something that you may have to look at as Ingo already has her second foul.
For Ratliff. Good from the charity stripe. 3 points so far for Ratliff. All from the free throw line. Haley Patel will check in. Also, Joe Beth Hilton back in for Leffler and Mackenzie Ingo.
And there's the shooter that we were talking about before with Haley Patel checking back into the game.
Ratliff's second shot is good in front of the rim and bounces in. 4-4 yet again. We're going to get a quick timeout here from Coach Lambert in the Bland County side. We will keep it right here. So a little bit of sloppy basketball, we'll call it. Shots have not been falling. There's been a ton of jump balls so far. And with 4:04 remaining, our score is tied at 4. Interesting little thing the George Wythe team is doing right now. All of the youth league girls who were able to go out onto the court during the national anthem are now in the huddle with the older players. And, you know, that's cool for them, and they'll remember this because these are the players that they look up to, and they want to get to this point later on in their schooling career.
And not just that, you go through, and whenever they get into high school, they've seen this experience. They've been able to come up and look into the huddle. So in their minds, they've done this before. They've done the huddle. So in a way, it's still a good way for the younger players to be able to get a little bit of experience before they get to high school.
Kerner inbounds it to Patel. Patel gets it across the half-court line, pressured by Ratliff. Man-to-man defense now from the Bland County Bears. Knocked into the backcourt by Ratliff. Patel is able to retreat and get it. We'll pass it now to Betts. Betts goes back to the top of the key. She'll be covered by Stowers. Betts tells Patel to go down. She'll now pass it to the right side for Autumn Guthrie. Guthrie gets a screen at the free throw line, almost loses the dribble, and now she will have it ripped away, and there's going to be a jump ball, and it will stay with the George Wythe Maroons. So our scrappy game continues after the timeout.
And that's a good job using hands by the Bland County Lady Bears. They go through and see that Guthrie is losing the dribble a little bit, so they actually get their hands on the basketball, and they can't fully rip it away, but the officials recognize it, and they call a jump ball.
Inbounds pass goes to Betts. Betts covered by Stowers. Crossover back to her left hand. Now she'll go back to the right. Drives it. Ain't going to put up a layup. No good, but she is fouled. And Drea Betts will go to the free throw line as the foul was called on Moses.
So, yes, Sydney Moses goes up, and Drea Betts with a shifty crossover back to her right hand. And, of course, due to the defensive position by the defender that was Sydney Stowers, there's no chance as Drea Betts drives right past her and forces Bland County to foul her on the right-handed layup.
Betts' first shot from the free throw line, no good. Hits the left side of the rim and bounces out. Ingo will check back in for Guthrie. Betts' second shot from the line, no good as well. Long rebound. It's going to be ran down by Stowers. Stowers full court pressure here from Betts. Throw ahead to Ratliff. Ratliff going to throw it down the court for Irwin. Irwin back to Ratliff. Ratliff drives in, going to put up a right-hand layup. It is good off the front of the rim. 6-4. Bland County with their first lead of the game. Immediately coming the other way, pass to Patel. Patel lines up a three-point shot, no good, off the front of the rim. Ingo keeps the rebound alive, and it's going to be tipped out for Kirtner. Kirtner finally corrals it. Reverse pivot now from Kirtner, pressured by Dillow. Kertner goes to her left hand, behind the back. Beautiful move there from Kertner. Kertner drives in, kicks it out for Ingo. Ingo dribbling with the left hand, passes inside, picked off there by Stowers. 2:57 remaining in the first quarter, 6-4. Blaine County with the lead.
Great anticipation there by Sydney Stowers, seeing the bounce pass from Mackenzie Ingo as she drives in and gets in trouble. A shot from the corner here by number 33. That is Moses. No good. Rebounded there. That is Ratliff.
And then we're going to have a pass out from Ratliff for Stowers. Going to go out of bounds, but they're going to call a foul on Stowers. They're going to call a loose ball foul since she grabbed Betts, so Betts could not pick off the pass.
And as you said, Betts trying to push the tempo, actually gets her knocked out of bounds, but due to the contact, they will call a foul. And will actually be inbounded here to Mackenzie Ingo.
Ingo, pressured by Ratliff, goes to the left hand. Going to run the push down play back door for Kertner. Kertner cannot finish the layup. Beautiful play there from Coach Campbell. Dillow is going to push it down the court and back tip there from Kertner. Into the hands of Ingo. Ingo passes it to Patel. Into the corner for Betts. Free throw line jump shot now from Ingo. No good off the right side of the rim. Rebound is going to be picked up by Moses. And they're going to say that she was out of bounds. And it will turn back over to the Lady Maroons.
And it seemed like Moses actually considered not getting the ball, letting it go out of bounds. Instead of the last second, she goes over to grab the ball. According to the official, again, the interview point that we have, she steps out of bounds towards with basketball.
Ingo inbounds it to Betts in the right corner. Betts dribbling with the left hand, crosses back over to the right, going to put up a tough shot. No good. Partially blocked, but she is fouled by Stowers. That is her second. So early foul trouble from Stowers as Betts will go back to the free throw line.
And that was the story of the game against Fort Chisholm that we saw them play earlier this year as well. A little bit of foul trouble early for the Blaine County Lady Bears, and they are already up to 5 fouls as Stowers goes to try to block the shot and makes contact with the arm. Very Betts' first shot from the block is good.
5-6, Blaine County clinging to a 1-point lead. Second shot good as well. Back tied at 6. Full court pressure here from the Lady Maroons. Quick inbound pass to Ratliff. Ratliff will throw it off the back of the backboard. And they're going to say, Moses is going to argue it hit the side of the backboard, and we're going to have the referee talk about it. And they're going to say that it did not hit the back of the backboard, hit the side, which is in play, and it will stay with the Blaine County Bears.
Good job by the officials meeting up and getting the call correct. We still see full court pressure coming out from Fort George West.
Ratliff is pressured now by Betts, and Kertner has to step through the defense, and we're going to get a foul. They're going to say, I believe, Drea Betts grabbed Ratliff's wrist. So it'll be Betts' first foul, and it will be Blaine County basketball on the far sideline.
And Betts going forward, the ball actually gets the hand of Ratliff going through and actually pulls the wrist of Ratliff, so the officials do call the foul. Once again, 3-5 is the foul differential in favor of the Maroons.
Ratliff gets it across half court, now double team, goes to Moses, back to Ratliff. Ratliff drives in, gets by the defense, puts up a shot off the glass. It is a good 1:46 in the first quarter. Coming the other way, Kertner, quick inbound pass for Guthrie. Guthrie swings it to Ingo. Ingo has it on the left wing now. Reverse dribble out, covered by Dillow. Dillow moving her feet. Ingo dribble handoff now for Betts. Betts goes to the left, goes back to the right. Flow shot from Betts is going to hit the side of the rim and bounce in. Tied back at 8. Still in the pressure are the George West Lady Maroons. Ratliff handles it. Pressured by both Kertner and Betts. Goes to the right side now. Throws it to Moses. They have to hurry to get it across. Pass to Dillow. Dillow throws it in the hands of Hilton. He throws it ahead to Guthrie. Guthrie outlet pass for Betts. Betts going to put up the left-hand layup. No good, but she is fouled. She will go to the free throw line yet again.
And once again, the full court press here from the Lady Maroons forces Blaine to be able to try to, they got to feel they need to get it across half court. So instead of taking it slow and making the correct passes, they're forcing it, and Joe Van Hilton is going to pick off the pass in a great pass from half court to the lower post by Autumn Guthrie to Drea Betts, forces a foul call, and Betts will shoot 2.
First shot is good from Betts. Caroline King set to check into the game for Ingo. 9-8. George with the Lady Maroons retake the lead.
How about the effort here by Emily Ratliff with 8 points early in this game?
Betts' second shot is good as well. Checking back into the game is Emma Townley for the Blaine County Bears. She'll check in for Dillow.
Still seeing the full court pressure here. I believe it's a 55 look here from the George West Lady Maroons.
Townley takes the inbound pass, throws it up for number 34. That is Caitlin Hall. Hall tries to throw it down for Irwin. Irwin will have the pass knocked out of bounds. We'll stay with the Blaine County Bears.
Great effort there from Joe Van Hilton getting up and swatting the ball out of bounds.
Moses inbounds it in the backcourt for Ratliff. 10-8 our score. 1 minute remaining here in our first quarter of action. Ratliff will throw it now to Townley. Townley throws to the high post for Hall, out to the corner for Irwin, back up top for Townley. Townley backside for Ratliff. Ratliff going to drive in, put up a left-hand shot, partially blocked. Rebound is going to be corralled there by Guthrie. Guthrie throw ahead pass for Kirtner. Kirtner going to put up a left-hand layup. It is good, high off the glass. 12 to 8, 47 seconds remaining. Bland County Bears quickly inbound the basketball. Knocked away by Betts. Going to end up in the hands of Kirtner. Kirtner tries to pass underneath. Knocked away there by Ratliff. Into the hands of Moses. She'll throw it to Townley. Townley will reverse out. Give it back to Ratliff. Ratliff will get it across the timeline. Pressured by Betts. Man-to-man defense right now from the Lady Maroons. Townley with the basketball. Jab step to the right. Kicks it now for number 32, Irwin. To the high post for Ratliff. Backside for Townley. Townley into the corner there for Hall. Hall lines up a three-point shot. No good off the back of the rim. Offensive rebound pulled down by Ratliff. Ratliff fadeaway shot is good. 12 to 10. 10 seconds remaining in our first quarter. Inbound pass to Kirtner. Kirtner throws it to King. King shoots a three-point shot. It is no good off the front of the rim. Rebound pulled down by Ratliff. Ratliff will hold the basketball as the final seconds of the first quarter kick off, as the Lady Maroons with a 12 to 10 advantage over the visiting Bland County Bears.
And how about this? Emily Ratliff, every single point in the first quarter for the Bland County Lady Bears. She had all 10 of them, keeping them single-handedly in this game, along with 5 rebounds on the glass. She has been the X factor for the Lady Bears.
Sowers, with 2 fouls in that first quarter, sidelined her for a majority of that action. It'll be interesting to see when Coach Lambert puts her back into the game. A lot of times coaches have the philosophy you do not want more fouls in the quarter you're in. So if you have 1 in the first, you're fine. 2 in the second, you're okay. 3 in the third, and so on and so forth. You get where I'm coming from. However, if she gets a third here in the second, that probably sits her until at least halftime and possibly a little bit into the third quarter.
And Sydney Sowers can supply such a spark. If she can knock one shot down, then she has the ability and the streakiness to be able to go out and knock down 5 more in a row. So the idea is you have to be able to get her in the game at some point, and to a point where if you need her, if she's going to knock down a shot, she's going to help you get back into it. But once again, Emily Ratliff needs a little bit of help on the court right now to stay with this Lady Maroon team.
For the Lady Bears, it will be Hall, Irwin, Ratliff, Moses, and Townley. For the Lady Maroons, Caroline King, Leffler, Guthrie, Ingo, and Patel. Will be the Lady Bears basketball. Moses will inbound it to Ratliff. Ratliff throws it to the left side for Townley. Townley pressured by Guthrie. Goes to the right-hand dribble. Going to lose the basketball. Ingo streaking down the court. 3-on-1 situation. Ingo going to put up a left-hand shot. She is fouled. And she will go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
And Ingo could have potentially forced a pass on the other side, but instead she goes up strong and takes it with her left hand. She actually takes a foul there. Could not quite get the number of who the foul actually was on, but she will go to the line for 2 on a great job of defense, leading to quick offense.
Ingo's shot from the charity stripe, no good. Ingo's second shot is good. 13 to 10 lead for the Lady Maroons. 2-2-1 pressure now from the Maroons. It's a trapping defense. Ratliff goes to Moses. Moses goes backside for Townley. Townley throws a pass inside. It's going to be knocked away into the hands of Leffler down the court. She'll give it off to Ingo. Ingo dribbles it down. Going to line up a long 2-point shot. It is no good as it rims out. Rebound tipped around, and Ingo's going to pull that down. And we're going to get an offensive foul here on number 32, Caroline King. They're going to say that she pushed her, and it will turn the basketball over to the Bears.
And it looked like it may have been just trying to get a screen set and a little bit of the extension of the arm, so it will be an offensive foul call here as Bland County takes over and will reset.
Moses throws it to Townley, and Townley has it ripped away there by Guthrie, and then Guthrie is going to lose the basketball out of bounds, and it will stay with the Lady Maroons, as they're going to say it went off Townley.
And I believe Townley was the one that backpicked Guthrie, but Guthrie does a great job getting her hands up and saying, hey, I didn't touch it, and she goes out of bounds and gives the ball back to the Lady Maroons.
Guthrie inbounds it to Ingo. Ingo pressured near half court by Ratliff. Pass over for Patel. Irwin pressuring her. Patel gets a screen from Leffler and then rolls, and Moses is just going to rip it away from Patel. Good strength there. Coming the other way is Ratliff. Ratliff gets it across the half-court line. 7:06 remaining in our second quarter. Pass over to Dillo. Into the corner there for Hall. Hall throws it to the high post for Irwin. Irwin puts it up a shot. No good off the backside of the rim. Rebound is going to be ran down by Moses. Pass out for Dillo. Dillo throws it back for Ratliff. Ratliff throws it to the high post for Moses. Moses open under move. Shot no good off the backside of the rim. Rebound pulled down by Mackenzie Ingo in traffic. Ingo goes down the left sideline. Double team now by Ratliff. Gets to the free throw line, kicks it out for Leffler. Pass is going to be knocked away there, end up in the hands of Moses. And we're going to have a foul here, I believe, on George Wythe, and it will go to the Lady Bears.
And it will be on number 23, Kaylee Leffler. She got tangled up on the loose ball and gets her arm around. Good call by the official. Unfortunate for Leffler. She was just going for the ball, but instead it will be a foul call here, and the ball will be given back to Bland County.
Moses will be the inbounder. Looks like it's going to be a full-court man pressure right now. Actually, they just now drop back into the 2-2-1. So Moses inbounds it to Ratliff. Ratliff goes back to Moses, who goes to Gillow. Gillow tries to throw a pass to Irwin, almost stolen, who goes backside now to Ratliff. Ratliff's going to drive in, kick it out in the corner for Hall. Hall throws it back up top for Irwin. Irwin swing pass to Dillow. Dillow goes to the left side now for Ratliff. Ratliff drives in. Kaylee Leffler in good defensive position. We get a foul from the backside official. They're going to call a blocking foul. I thought Kaylee Leffler was able to maintain her verticality. However, the referee saw it the other way.
And I believe it should have been a no call on the play, just a loose ball on the floor, because it was Kaylee Leffler who actually got there and stayed straight up, staying great and upright. As the ball handler that was Ratliff went in and made contact with her, she fell to the ground. The officials saw a blocking foul instead, and they give the foul to Leffler. She will check out for Mary Castle Claypool.
Towers checks back into the game. Ratliff takes the inbound pass and passes it to Moses. Throws it back up top for Gillow. Pass to the right for Stowers. Stowers lines up a three-point shot. No good. Rims out. Rebound is going to be pulled down by Ratliff in traffic. Ratliff puts up a shot high off the glass. No good. Rebound tips back out to Ratliff. Ratliff drives in, goes baseline, tries to throw a pass for Moses. It's going to be knocked out of bounds by Malia Kirtner and stay with the Bland County Bears. Great job by Kirtner staying with Ratliff as she tries to reset and go back out to the left side. But Mary Catherine Claypool, another job staying straight up and forcing them to take a contested layup. Towers throws it in for Ratliff. Back into the 2-3 defense are the Maroons. Ratliff going to pull a three-point shot. No good. Air ball. Rebound pulled down by Mackenzie Ingo. Ingo pushes it herself. Throw ahead pass for Betts. It's going to be tipped by Ratliff. It's going to be knocked around a little bit, and Dillow's going to come out of the pack with it. Dillow gets it across the timeline. 5:45 remaining here in the second quarter. Pass over now to Ratliff. Ratliff will slow things down momentarily. Still in the 2-3 defense are the Lady Maroons. Dillow has it on the left wing. Swing pass now for Ratliff. Ratliff holds the ball above her head, passes it back for Dillow. Dillow puts it on the floor. It's a short corner pass for Stowers. Stowers turnaround, quick shot. It's a good line drive shot by Stowers. Very athletic play. Ingo inbounds it to Kirtner. Kirtner throw ahead pass to Betts. Betts puts it on the floor, puts up a right-hand float shot. No good. Air ball. Rebound pulled down by Dillow. Dillow uses the left hand to advance the basketball. Going to pass it to Stowers. Stowers gets it across half court. Stowers at the top of the key, dribbles up. Looks for the backdoor cut, not there. Tries to force a pass inside for Moses. Picked off by Kirtner. Kirtner throw ahead pass to Betts. Betts puts up a right-hand layup. It is good. 15-12. And Coach Campbell is going to call a timeout. And a fantastic job there by Sydney Stowers with a fantastic hook shot. The first bucket of the game that is not for the Bland County Lady Bears, and it's not named Emily Ratliff. Stowers, as we said, putting her in the game and creating a spark. But Kirtner picking off a pass and with a beautiful outlet pass to a leaking Drea Betts. She gets the right-hand layup to go, keeps this game and keeps this lead at 3 points. Coming back out to start after this timeout, we will see for the Bland County Bears. For the Lady Maroons, it will be Kirtner, Mary Catherine Claypool, Mackenzie Ingo, Betts, and Guthrie.
And Mary Catherine Claypool has done such a great job tonight and maintaining her defensive position. She's not going up and trying to block shots. She's staying straight up and just contesting. And it's doing wonders in the lower block, as Bland County cannot force up a layup as well as they would like.
2-2-1 pressure still from the Maroons. Moses inbounds it to Dillow. Dillow runs it down the court, throws it to the middle of the court for Irwin. Irwin backside for Ratliff. Ratliff hesitation, dribbling out, pressured by both Guthrie and Kirtner. Has to pass it up top for Dillow. Dillow swings it to the left side for Stowers. Stowers going to fake a pass to the right and then go to Moses on the left side. Into the short corner now for Irwin. Irwin throws a pass inside intended for Ratliff. Picked off there by Kirtner. Kirtner coming the other way with it, throws it to the left side for Guthrie. Guthrie going to drive in, put up a shot blocked there by Stowers. Rebound pulled down by Moses. Moses throws it into the hands of Dillow. 4:30 remaining here in the second quarter. Dillow will decide to hand it off for Ratliff. Ratliff has the basketball up top near half court. 2-3 defense still. Stowers on the left wing receives the basketball. A ball fake, and then we'll throw it up top for Dillow. Dillow back out for Stowers. Stowers lines up a three-point shot. No good off the left side of the rim. Rebound pulled down by Kirtner. Kirtner one-hand baseball pass intended for Betts. Will go through the hands of Stowers. Betts comes up with it. Puts up the left-hand shot. No good. And she will be fouled and go to the free throw.
And Drea Betts actually had Autumn Guthrie on a cut, but due to the positioning of one of the Blaine County Lady Bears, she cannot complete the pass. So instead, she uses her speed, gets around the defender, and takes a left-handed layup, which she is fouled. She'll shoot two.
That foul was on Stowers. That is her third. That is big for the Bears. That first shot from the charity stripe, no good. Checking back into the game is Mutter as well as Hall. Irwin and Stowers check out. Betts' second shot is good. 16-12. Betts now checks out for Patel.
And Coach Campbell clearly showing a lot of trust in Haley Patel and Mary Catherine Claypool, keeping them out there for much more extended minutes than we're used to seeing.
Dillow throws it to the middle of the court there for Hall. Hall throws it backside for Ratliff. Ratliff swing pass now for Dillow. Dillow throws it to the right for Ratliff. Ratliff decides to probe the defense and pulls it back out. Dillow replaces her at the top of the key, receives the pass, goes towards her left. Going to throw a pass into the short corner, picked off there by Ingo. Ingo throw ahead pass forward Guthrie. Guthrie 2-on-1 situation. Pass back out for Kirtner. Kirtner going to shoot a long 2-point shot. No good off the back of the rim. Guthrie pulls down that rebound and will finish it up 18-12 after Guthrie finishes his second chance opportunity.
Great job rebounding and going straight up with it. Does Autumn Guthrie. We see a timeout here from Blaine County. It will be a full timeout.
Welcome back to George Wythe High School. Blaine County basketball. They throw a pass intended there for Hall. It's going to be knocked out of bounds by Ingo. Moses is the inbounder. Pass for Ratliff. Ratliff going to catch that, streaks down the court, goes back to the right hand, passes now over for Moses. Moses goes back up top to the top of the key for Ratliff. Ratliff reverse dribble. Will throw it to the high post for Moses. Knocked out of her hands by Kirtner. Picked up by Claypool into the hands of Ingo. Ingo throw ahead pass to the left for Patel. Patel goes back to Ingo. Ingo thought about a three-pointer. Instead, probes the defense, kicks it to the corner for Betts. Betts shows the basketball pull-up shot. No good. Rebound is going to be tipped by Dillow. And I believe she's going to be called for over the back. And it will stay with the Lady Maroons.
And that is exactly what the officials wanted to call, as Mackenzie Ingo had the position, but Dillow goes up and over trying to get the rebound. They will call the foul. Good call by the official. And we actually see that now George Wythe, as we've seen before, are now in the bonus, as Blaine County is up to 9 fouls.
First shot is good from the charity stripe. Second shot no good. Rebound pulled down by Hall. Hall will get it into the hands of Dillow. Dillow throws it back for Ratliff. Ratliff dribbles it across the timeline. Ratliff has the basketball. Pressure now, throws it to the high post for Hall. Hall goes to Moses. Moses' fourth shot is good from the free throw line, 19-14.
Great shot there from Moses on the pass to Hall. Drea Betts with the long two, no good. Gets her own rebound, goes up with it again. No good as well. And this will be rebounded by number 34, Caitlin Hall. She'll pass it back for Ratliff. Ratliff with the basketball. Dribbles it across the timeline. 5-point lead for the Lady Maroons. Ratliff throws it to the left side. Into the hands of Dillow. Dillow probes the defense, throws it back to the top of the key for Moses. Moses goes to the right for Hall. Hall into the post for Ratliff. Ratliff almost loses her balance, but instead is able to get the pass out for Hall. Hall goes for the corner for Ratliff. Ratliff, a three-point shot is good. Flash, big three-point shot there from Ratliff, 19-17. Coming the other way are the Lady Maroons quickly. Into the hands of Patel. Patel goes back to Kirtner. Kirtner throws it back to Patel, who replaces her at the top of the key. Pressured by Dillow. 19-17 the score. Dribble handoff now for Kirtner. Kirtner directs traffic near half court. Pressured all the way out there by Hall. Into the hands of Betts. Betts gets a screen from Claypool. Hesitation dribble. Going to put up a left-hand layup. No good. Rebound is going to be fought for by both Ingo as well as Ratliff. It's going to be a jump ball. Great job for the both of them by getting their hands in the basketball. But how about Emily Ratliff with a fantastic three on the left wing? She has 13 points in this game, 13 out of the 17 total for the Lady Bears, and she shows no signs of stopping. As we see here, that will be number 32, checking back into the game, Victoria Irwin.
Autumn Guthrie inbounds it to Betts in the left corner. passes it to Kirtner. Kirtner jab step, crossover, beautiful move from Kirtner. Jump off pass for JoBeth Hilton underneath, and the heaviest move used by Kirtner. Beautiful jump off pass for Hilton. 1:20 remaining in the second quarter, 21-17, as Townley will dribble the basketball and get it across. Picks up her dribble because she is dead now. Throws it backside for Ratliff. Ratliff with a head of steam towards the basket, drives in. Shot by Kirtner, and then it's going to go off of her hand, out of bounds. But good defensive positioning by Kirtner to save a basket for her team.
And we've talked about it all season long that Malia Kirtner is very comfortable with the basketball. She showed why, just like that there. A bevy of crossover moves and a fantastic job of the dump-off pass that we didn't even think that she was going to be able to see in JoBeth Hilton for two.
Ratliff with the basketball, throws it to the left wing. Jab step from Townley, goes back to the left hand. Townley probably got away with the travel. Instead, we'll throw it back out for Ratliff. Ratliff drives in through the defense, puts up a shot blocked by Kirtner, but they're going to say she got her on the wrist. She will go to the free throw line to shoot two.
And as you said, a little bit of a missed travel call on the left wing, but props to Blank Hay. They continue to go, and Ratliff is going strong, drives hard at the basket. Kirtner gets a hand at the wrist, therefore it will be a foul going up for two. It is important to note both teams now in the bonus.
Ratliff's shot from the charity stripe is good. Foul differential 7-9. George Wythe with 7, Blandon County with 9. Second shot good as well. Back to a 2-point lead for the Maroons. Kirtner inbounds it down the court for Patel. Patel throws it back for Kirtner. Kirtner gets to the free throw line. Spin move, step back, kick out for Betts. Betts puts it on the floor. Hesitation. Long 2-point shot is put up. No good off the front of the rim. Rebound pulled down by Moses. Moses will throw it for Ratliff. Ratliff gets some instruction from her coach. Coach Lambert says to slow things down. Ratliff throws it to the right wing now for Townley. Townley goes back to Irwin. Irwin throws it to Ratliff on the left side. Pass jumped by Betts, almost stolen. Ratliff backs it out now, 15 seconds on the clock. Going to get a screen here from Irwin. Hedge defense from the Lady Maroons. Trapped now is Ratliff. Ratliff has to step through the defense, throws it to Moses. Moses back to Ratliff. Beautiful play. Throws the layup. Offensive rebound put on by Hall off the back side of the rebound. And it will go at the buzzer, 21-21. Caitlin Hall picking a good time to get her first point of the night, as she is able to grab the offensive rebound, put up a shot that seemed like it hung on the rim for forever, and then fall. And at halftime of our girls' varsity action, our score is 21-21.
And don't forget about the fantastic play that happened before that, though. It was actually Emily Ratliff who gets trapped up in the corner and passes it over to Sydney Moses, who hit a cutting Emily Ratliff, seeing that she can get out of the double team, just could not quite get the layup to go. But as you said, Caitlin Hall there to clean it up as the buzzer goes. And we have a tie ball game and an exciting one, folks.
We have reached halftime of our girls' varsity action. We're going to take a 5-minute break. When we come back, we'll go ahead and recap that first half for you, get you our adjustments for the second half, and get you ready for our boys' game later on. Should be a good you're listening to high school basketball, 95.3 WXBX. Welcome back to George Wythe High School. We're at our Bland County Medical halftime show. 3 minutes, 50 seconds until we begin our second half action. We have a tie game, 21-21, on the George Wythe Maroons senior night. Seniors, again, Caroline King, Mary Catherine Claypool, and JoBeth Hill. I believe the boys' varsity will only have 2 seniors, Samaje Floyd and Josh Reeves. But a good first half of action from both sides. And important for Bland when they got down 18-12 to fight back into this game and not let it get ugly from there.
And once again, as we were talking about before, Emily Ratliff had such a major impact on the first half with 15 points and 7 rebounds. So both, again, and then Sydney Sowers also put in a pretty hook shot in the corner. Still not quite sure how she got it to go, but it was a nice shot. And then we also see Caitlin Hall getting involved with 2 assists, 2 rebounds, and 2 boards at the end of the second quarter. So this entire team starting to rally around itself, and they're starting to come back with it, and especially when it came down towards the end of the second quarter.
We'll go ahead and get into our adjustments for the second half. What adjustments do the Bland County Bears have to make, and what are they doing well so that they can go ahead and maybe get a lead, a big lead, and make sure that they sustain a victory for the game?
Well, for one, they have to avoid foul trouble. We saw they got 9 fouls in the first half, and a lot of them are ticky-tack fouls, so reaches, little things like that. So you want to try to avoid those to the best of your ability. You don't want your star players to pick up some unnecessary fouls. But on the side that they're doing a good thing is Emily Ratliff is pushing and driving very well, especially when it comes down to drawing fouls, and she's going through and getting the shot to go. So keep giving Emily Ratliff the ball, allow her to kind of neutralize the offense and run the offense to the best of her ability, and once again, get the rest of the team involved, but while running the ball through Ratliff. And on the other side, what do the Lady Maroons need to do? Talking a little bit about it off air, they're not playing to the best of their ability right now. That's really no secret. Not taking away anything from Bland right now, the way they're playing very well. But Drea Betts hasn't been able to make her same level of shots that she has in prior games. And Malia Kertner hasn't been able to find her shot either yet. So what do they need to do to kind of get their shooters open, get them some confidence, and to win this basketball game? Well, to start off, they need to continue to win the offensive glass. We know that, as I said, on the other side, it was Emily Ratliff with 7 boards, but Kenzie Ingo has 7 rebounds of her own. So they have to be able to neutralize the rebounding edge. They have to continue to win the glass. On the other side, Drea Betts has to be able to find her shot. We mentioned earlier in the season how she does such a great job at shooting deep and long-range twos. She hasn't been able to get her shots nice. Actually, she leads the Maroons in scoring, but a lot of them are on foul shots. So once again, if Lane County is going to clean up and not foul as much, they have to be able to put the ball in the bucket, and it starts with Drea Betts.
Welcome back to George Wythe High School. To start off our second half of the action, we've seen 2 baskets scored both sides. They haven't missed anything. 23-23. 7 minutes, 10 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Emma Townley with the basketball. And a drive in, kick it to Moses. Moses from the free throw line, jump shot, no good off the left side of the rim. Rebound pulled down by Betts. Betts wheels around, pass ahead to Kertner. Kertner going to drive in, put up a right-hand layup. It is good off the glass, and 1. And you kind of feel a little bit of momentum after that basket for the Lady Maroons. And they retake the lead with 25-23.
Drea Betts with a great pass up court, and Malia Kertner fights through the contact and gets the shot to go. A fantastic job to start off the second half, and a great job as she knocks down the and 1 free throw.
26-23 in favor of the Lady Maroons. Townley with the basketball. Array of dribble moves trying to put on Guthrie. Goes in the corner for Stowers. Stowers jab step, dribbles with the left hand, goes back to the right. Reverses it out. Tries to throw a pass inside for Moses. Pass is going to be tipped out of bounds by Kertner, and it will stay with the Lady Bears.
And a great job by Kertner getting her hand on the basketball. It looked like there was going to be a position battle in a post-up situation for Moses. Instead, Kertner knocks it away harmlessly.
Moses pull-up shot from the free throw line. No good. Shot is going to go into the corner, rebounded by Ingo. Ingo throws it to the left side now for Kertner. Kertner drives in. Dump-off pass for left foot off the glass. It is good. Back to a 5-point lead. And we're going to get a timeout here from Coach Lambert to stop the bleeding early after the run the Georgia Lady Maroons have went on.
And you mentioned Malia Kertner at halftime not really being her same stuff with the basketball aside from a couple of plays. Well, here she is in the second quarter, in the second half. Starts off with an and 1 on a nice layup, gets the shot to go along with the free throw, and then a beautiful dump-off pass down low to Kaylee Leftwood. She finishes with the left hand. George Wythe out to a 5-point lead at the beginning of the second half.
Just a 30-second timeout there from Coach Lambert. George Wythe with Betts, Guthrie, Ingo, Kertner, and Leffler. Glenn County will bring out Hall, Townley, Moses, Ratliff, and Stowers. Inbounds pass from Stowers in the hands of Ratliff. Ratliff kicks it back for Townley. Townley hesitation, throws it to Stowers, picked off by Kertner. 2-on-1 situation. Kertner drives in, puts up a right hand off the glass. It is good. And 1, Malia Kertner showing her prowess on the defensive end. Defense leading to offense. 7-point lead for the Maroons.
And that's too easy for Kertner. She anticipates the pass and picks it off, goes down the court, takes a fantastic job of going through the contact. Once again, similar to what we saw on the first and 1 of the second half. Instead, it's on the left side, and she'll go back to the line for 1. Shot is good by Kertner. Pressure from the Lady Maroons. Inbounds pass to Ratliff. Ratliff pressured by Betts. Ripped away by Betts. Betts puts up a shot. No good off the glass. Rebound pulled down by Leffler. Leffler's going to have her shot knocked out of bounds by Moses. And it will stay with the Lady Maroons underneath. And defensive pressure up front forces the ball out of Ratliff's hand into the hand of Drea Betts. She cannot quite get the shot to go, but there's Leffler and a big-time block there for number 24, Kayla Mutter, for the Bears.
And after that, the rebound pulled down by Ingo. Ingo tries to put up the second chance opportunity. No good. Mutter is going to be called for the foul, so Ingo will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair.
Mackenzie Ingo with 9 rebounds in this game. She'll go to the line for 2 as she goes, as you said, straight back up with it. First free throw is good.
Second rims out. Rebound pulled down by Moses. Into the hands of Dillo. Dillo throws a pass for Mutter. Mutter backside for Stowers. Stowers ball fake. Spin move. Pulls it back out. Crossover with the left. Crossover with the right. Drives towards the baseline. Double team now. Up top for Dillo. Dillo lines up a three-point shot. No good. Air ball. Moses with the offensive rebound. Puts up a shot. Hits the back of the bottom of the glass. And Ratliff there to clean it up and shoot and put up a shot for it, too. It's good. 7-point lead. 32-25. Kirtner throws it to Betts. Betts throws it to Kirtner. Kirtner swing pass for Guthrie. Guthrie tries to throw a pass underneath. It's going to go off of Betts' hands and then off of Moses' hands and stay with the Lady Maroons.
And a great job there by Emily Ratliff on the other side, cleaning up the missed shot by Sydney Moses. She just tried to get something up while she was under the basket. Great job by Ratliff getting the rebound and being able to put it in. As we see the inbound pass from Leah Kirtner.
Betts going to take that pass from Kirtner, pull up from the free throw line. No good. Rims out. Offensive rebound pulled down by Ingo, and then Ingo has it ripped away by Stowers. Stowers will choose to push it down the court herself. Hesitation behind the back to the right hand. Going to drive in. Tries to put up a shot. Ripped away by Kirtner. And then Dillon will rip it away from Kirtner the other way. Kirtner throws it backside for Ratliff. Ratliff pressured by Betts. Drives in. Going to have it knocked out of bounds, and it will stay with the Blaine County Bears.
It goes off the hands of Autumn Guthrie. She goes in and knocks the ball away on a pretty good drive by Ratliff. But that's the type of defense that you need whenever Ratliff's going to get aggressive and go down the lane. You cannot foul her.
Stowers has the basketball underneath. Throws it backside for Moses. Moses puts up a shot. No good, but she is fouled by Leffler. And Moses will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair.
And Leffler has her arm hooked around the arm of Moses. She goes up and tries to contest the shot, but she forgets again her arm is still locked. So Moses cannot take the shot. Therefore, it is a foul. She'll go to the line for 2.
5:01 remaining here in the third quarter of action. Moses' first shot from the line is good. Back to a 6-point lead. Joe Beth Hilton going to check in for Leffler. Second shot from Moses. It's the front of the rim and ran down by Patel. Patel throws it back for Ingo. Ingo going to elect to get it across the timeline to the free throw line. Ingo drives in, puts up a shot off the glass. No good. Rims out. Offensive rebound pulled down by Betts and then ripped away by Dillo. Good hands there. Dillo brings it down the court towards the left side. Hesitation. Tries to drive baseline on Guthrie. Guthrie cuts her off. Pass to the top of the key. Picked off by Patel, and she loses her footing. But Drea Betts there to receive the pass. Drives down, puts up a shot. No good. She is fouled by Mutter. And Betts will go back to the free throw line.
And Patel, seeing the open court in front of her, actually thinks before she actually starts dribbling, and therefore she falls to the ground. But a great job of composing herself and getting the ball to Drea Betts, who goes down and tries to shoot a layup. Cannot quite get it to go, but she will shoot 2. Great awareness by Patel, again, with the scramble situation.
Betts' first shot, no good at the back side of the rim. Thought it may have a chance, but rolled out. Betts been at the free throw line a lot tonight. Irwin going to check in for Mutter. Betts' second shot is good. 33-26 our score. 4:35 remaining in the third quarter. Moses throws it to Stowers. Stowers tries to get it down the sideline. She's going to run into Ingo, and they're going to call a travel on Stowers, as that is what the 2-2-1 defense is supposed to do, push you into the corner and then trap you when you get across half court.
And once again, Ingo's not reaching here. She's going straight up and forcing Ratliff to just run into her, forcing her to travel as she takes an extra step.
Patel throws it to Betts, running off an elevator screen. Long 2 from Betts, no good. Offensive rebound pulled down by Ingo in traffic. And we're going to get a jump ball, and it will stay with the Lady Maroons.
And Mackenzie Ingo, what else can you say about her rebounding ability? A great leaping shot there. She goes up and takes it away from 2 different Lady Bears. She's got 11 rebounds in the night. Pass into the corner for Patel. Patel puts up a 3, no good. Ingo's going to grab that rebound, put up a second chance opportunity, blocked out of bounds by Moses. Mackenzie Ingo is not the tallest player, but her positioning, rebounding the basketball is an immense help for her team. And that's why technique and fundamentals are important. We're going to see an offensive foul. Looks like maybe an illegal screen coming out here on Autumn Guthrie as the possession will change hands to the Lady Bears.
Not a lot of times you see the elevator screen called as a moving screen, so questionable call there, we'll say, by the official. Glenn County coming the other way. Randy Dillo drops down the left sideline, gets to the baseline, double teamed by Patel and Hilton, throws a pass for Moses. Moses backside for Stowers. Stowers in the face of defense, puts up a shot, no good. And we're going to get a rebound underneath. Hilton and Dillo both have their hands on the basketball, so it's a jump, and it will go in favor of the Lady Bears.
Good hustle shown by both Jobeth Hilton and Dillo as they go up and try to get the rebound. Of course, jump ball is called. It will stay with Lady Bears as we saw a jump on last possession.
Stowers throws it into the right corner for Irwin. Irwin covered by Ingo. It's going to be knocked out of bounds by Ingo off of the leg of Irwin and turnover for the Lady Maroons.
A fantastic job of hands there by Ingo as she knocks the ball off the leg of, as you said, Irwin. So it goes out of bounds, and Lady Maroons will take over once again.
Ingo handling the basketball. Push-down play coming. Looks back door, nothing there. Into the hands of Betts. Betts crossover back to the right, behind the move, back to the right, left the defender in the dust. Tries to dump off a pass, no good. Ratliff there to steal it. She'll pass it ahead to Dillo. Dillo throws a pass down court for Irwin. Irwin backside for Moses. Moses pressured by Hilton. Has the basketball. Throws it back to Ratliff. Ratliff to Stowers. Stowers thought about a three. Did not choose to shoot it. Stowers jab step to the right. Gets a screen from Dillo. Now pressured by Patel and Kirtner both. Throws a pass underneath for Moses. Moses going to put up a shot. She is fouled by Hilton on the backside. And we'll see if they call it in the act of shooting.
What a great pass by Sydney Stowers in face of adversity. Leads Moses to the basket and goes to as she goes towards the basket. Once again, we are going to see that they rule it is in the act of shooting. So Moses will shoot too.
First shot is good from the free throw line. (33-27) our score. Second shot good as well. Back to a 5-point lead. 33-28. Coming the other way quickly is Kirtner. Kirtner throws it to the top of the key for Patel. Patel puts it on the floor with the right hand. Dishes it off for Ingo. Ingo pressured by Ratliff. Pass to the left side for Betts. Betts isolation play. Now gets a screen from Hilton. Gets to the free throw line. Passes to Kirtner. Kirtner will lose it off her foot and have to run it down near half court. 2:55 remaining in the third quarter. Kirtner passes it to Ingo. Ingo going to get a screen from Hilton. Attacks the defense, does Ingo. Ingo puts up a left-hand shot, no good. Rebound is going to be pulled down by Dillo, and then will go into the hands of Irwin. Ratliff will receive the basketball from Irwin. Pushes it down the court. Pass over to Dillo now on the left side. Dillo throws it, intended for Stowers, and picked off by Kirtner. Kirtner drives down, throws a pass backside for Betts. Betts puts up a layup, no good. Mackenzie Ingo there to clean up the miss, however, with the offensive rebound.
What a fantastic job there of hustling by Mackenzie Ingo, getting down the court. I also want to point out Kirtner, instead of just catching the ball, she forces it down the court. And we see a shot from Dillo. It is no good. Rebounded there by number 14. That is Haley Patel. Patel throws it to Hilton. Hilton goes to Kirtner. 3-on-3 situation. Kirtner tries to cross over, loses the basketball into the hands of Moses, and then ripped away by Kirtner into the hands of Ingo. Ingo puts up a shot, no good. Coach Campbell wanted a foul call, did not get it. Ratliff will have the basketball. Gets it across half court and throws it to Stowers. Back into the 2-3 defense are the Maroons. Lob pass underneath for Moses. Moses puts up a shot, and she is fouled by Hilton. And Moses will go back to the free throw line to shoot too. And that's something that Bland has exploited in this quarter. They're getting Moses posting up in the lower post, and a great entry pass forces Jobeth Hilton to foul her and put her on the line to earn the point.
First shot is good. 6-point lead for the Lady Maroons. Mary Catherine Claypool and Caroline King checking in. Checking out for the Bears, it will be Stowers and Dillo. So it is Townley, Ratliff, Hall, Irwin, and Moses. Second shot is good as well. Back to a 5-point lead for the Maroons. Kirtner with the basketball. Across half court. Pressured by Hall. Dribbling with the left hand. Throws it in the corner for Patel. Patel gets a screen from Claypool. Kicks it to the corner for King. King throws it to the high post for Claypool. Claypool back out for Betts. Betts going to throw it underneath again for Claypool. Claypool tries to put up a shot. Partially blocked back out for Patel. Patel lines up a 3-point shot. No good. Rebound pulled down by Moses. She'll hand it off for Townley. Townley will slow things down to get it across half court.
Sidney Moses getting involved on the rebounding game as well. A fantastic job with 8 boards. But a good pass by Mary Catherine Claypool to Patel. Just couldn't get the shot to fall.
Into the corner for Hall. Hall throws it underneath for Moses. Moses power dribble move, no good. Into the hands of Ratliff. Ratliff spin move, puts up a right-hand hook shot, no good, but she is fouled. And Ratliff will go to the free throw line to try to cut the deficit to 3.
And Drea Betts trying to force a spin move, does so, but actually gets her hand on the wrist of Ratliff. She'll go to the line for 2 more. And I also want to point out, Coach Campbell, with a defensive adjustment, actually sends in Marion Catherine Claypool, who is posting up now with Sydney Moses.
Ratliff's first shot rims out, no good. 1:01 remaining here on the in the third quarter. Maroons senior night.
And that was a big-time free throw there. She made both of them, would have put it back to 1 possession.
Sowers checking back in for Irwin. Second shot from Ratliff. Nothing but net. 31-35 is the score. Caroline King inbounds it to Turner. Turner drives the length of the court, pulls it out back at the three-point line. Now she'll hand it off to Betts. Betts on the left wing. Uses the left hand to dribble the basketball. Pull-up shot from the free throw line. No good. Rims out. Betts has not been able to find her shot so far tonight. Stowers will be the point guard. Throws it to Ratliff. Back for Stowers. Stowers lines up a three-point shot. No good. Rebound pulled down by Mary Catherine Claypool. She'll throw it to Kirtner. Kirtner dribbles the basketball up. Kicks it into the corner for Patel. Patel lines up a three-point shot. No good off the front of the rim. Stowers with the rebound. 27 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Stowers gets to the right wing, kicks it into the corner for Hall. Hall throws it underneath for Moses. Moses puts up a shot blocked by both Kirtner and Mary Catherine Claypool. Kirtner with the basketball going down the right sideline. Pass ahead for Betts. Betts rip-through move, drives in, puts up a right-hand shot. No good. Rims out. Rebound pulled down by Hall. 10 seconds on the clock. 8 seconds. 7 seconds. Into the hands of Ratliff. 4 seconds. Ratliff gets it across. Then has to force up a shot at the buzzer. 1 second. Air ball. And she was not aware of the time. May have heard some of the fans on this side telling her to shoot the basketball. However, she could not hear them. And at the end of 3, our score is 35-31.
You want to talk about some gang rebounding here for the Lady Maroons. Every single player on the team, aside from one, has a rebound. And the only reason that one doesn't have a rebound is because she hasn't ended the game yet in Peyton Philippe. So we take a look here. Bland caught at halftime. They get down by 4 here, but compared to what they were down, I believe it was 9 earlier in the third quarter. They were able to work their way back, put it back to 4, and we still have an exciting ball game coming up for the fourth quarter. 35-31, 8 minutes remaining. We're going to take a 30-second break when we come back for fourth quarter action for you here on 95.3 WXBX. Welcome back to George Wythe High School, along with my broadcast partner to my right and our game station engineer and studio operator, Willis Williams. I am Jacob Underwood. 4-point game, 35-31 lead for the Lady Maroons. They have the basketball moving right to left. Ingo throws it to the left wing for Betts. Betts hesitation, dribble kicks it for the corner for Ingo. Ingo uses a leftward screen, gets at the free throw line, kicks it back out for Guthrie. Guthrie uses another leftward screen, going to put up a right-hand float shot, no good. And the shot is going to be off the front of the rim. Rebound pulled down by Hall. And then Guthrie's going to get called for a push. And we'll go the other way. Guthrie going for her own rebound actually collides with Hall, sending her to the ground. So therefore, it will be a foul call here. And Lady Bears, they have a chance to cut this lead back down to 1 possession.
Ratliff walks the basketball up, pressured by Betts. Throws it to Stowers now on the right wing, pressured by Kirtner. Lob pass over the top for Moses. Moses puts up a shot, no good, but she is fouled. And it seems that the Lady Maroons are fronting the post. And what I mean when I say that is basically they're in the front of the player posting up. So it leaves that lob pass over the backside if you don't have a help defender. And the way Ingo is playing no help off of Stowers, there was nobody there to help on that pass. And that's why Moses is able to seal Leffler as she makes her first free throw from the charity stripe, and there's nobody on the backside to help.
One, it forces them to make a good entry pass over the lob, and they've done that so far. So basically a little bit of an adjustment from Coach Campbell, and that might be something they try to continue to exploit if they don't.
Both shots good from the line. 35-33, Lady Maroons clinging to a 2-point lead. Kirtner handling the basketball, pressured by Hall. Dribbles with the left hand, looks for Guthrie. Finally gets it to Guthrie, and then we're going to get a jump ball, and it will turn over to the Lady Bears as Townley, with a good anticipation, was able to get her hands in there, tie things up. So the Lady Bears with a chance to tie or take the lead on this possession.
And the ball will go back to the Lady Bears. A lot of fans on the Blount County side wanted they travel, but it was due to the jump ball that their travel happened. So it was a good call by the official as Blount County has a chance to even take the lead here.
Behind the back crossover move by Stowers, still dribbling on the left. Tries to go back to the same move. Dumps off a pass for Moses. Moses puts up a shot. No good. But Moses is fouled. And we are not a broken record, folks, I promise. This is live action. as Moses continuously getting to the free throw line.
And that time it's Mackenzie Ingo left alone on the lower block. She does whatever she can, but she has to kind of shift her body to do whatever she can on the defensive end. But Moses, with the height advantage, goes hard to the basket and will go to the line for two.
Moses' first shot, no good, hit the back of the rim. Second shot is good, so a 1-point lead for the Maroons. 35-34 on senior night. Kirtner pushes it down the court, passes it to Betts. Betts gets to the free throw line, drives in, going to put up a left-hand shot, no good, but she is fouled.
And you can tell just that Drea Betts is getting a little bit frustrated with her not being able to knock out her shot. She's attacking more aggressively. Now, at times, that can be exactly what you're looking for. She'll go to the line for two to extend the lead.
Shot is no good on the back side of the rim. Have not seen Peyton Philippe tonight. Have to assume it's due to that injury yesterday. Second shot from Betts, no good, but she's going to run down her own rebound and put up the second chance. And this one is good. And you can feel the relief on Drea Betts' face as she's able to finally knock down a 2-point field goal.
And we see a timeout called here by the George Wythe Lady Maroons before the ball can be inbounded. We'll have to see what kind of timeout it actually is, and it will be a full timeout. So Coach Campbell with a 3-point lead, they get back to three. So in your mind, it's possible, but the players cannot take a lead on one possession here. So once again, Coach Campbell is wanting to tell his team, hey, let's relax. It's a great shot by Drea, finding her own rebound off the missed free throw and getting the floater to go. But you have to be able to play defense and key in on Caitlin Mutter.
And you can definitely see, if you guys were at the first matchup between these two teams, the growth of this Bland County Bears team. However, you have to give a lot of the credit to Emily Ratliff. Ratliff basically carrying her team right now with 18 points. The second is
it's Caitlin Mutter. Literally, Ratliff has over half of the points for the Lady Bears, and along with 9 rebounds on the glass, she is the main reason that the Bears are still in this game. But Mutter has come on strong in this third quarter, and then now into the fourth quarter, she's been a stabilizing factor down low. But on the other side, we can't forget about Mackenzie Ingo with 13 boards and 7 points so far in this game. With 6:50 to go, we'll see if she can increase that.
Balanced scoring from the Lady Maroons, 7, 10, 11, 4, 2, and 2. Bland County basketball moving left to right. Ratliff has it, gets across the timeline, is immediately pressured by both Betts and Kirtner. Stowers throws a beautiful backside pass for Dillo. Dillo will finish with a left hand, splitting the needle. Kirtner coming the other way, passes it to Guthrie. Guthrie jump-off pass for Leffler, and Leffler's going to be fouled. And that will put her on the free throw line to shoot two. Foul is called on number 33, Sydney Moses.
And these are going to be big free throws because if she can knock down both of them, puts it back to a 3-point lead. But what a pass by Sydney Stowers on the right wing to a cutting Randy Dillo, who gets her first bucket of the night. Stellar passing from Stowers. The first free throw is no good from Leffler.
For the Maroons now, it is Guthrie, Ingo, Leffler, Betts, and Kirtner. On the other side, it is Townley, Stowers, Ratliff, Dillo, and Moses. Second shot from the line, nothing but net. Big free throw, 38-36 our score. Full court pressure from the Lady Maroons. Inbounds to Stowers, goes back to Moses. Moses goes back to Stowers. Stowers on the right sideline, pressured by Kirtner, throws it to a streaking Ratliff. Ratliff puts up a shot. She is fouled there by Vick, and Ratliff will go back to the free throw line. Stowers may not be scoring the basketball at the same clip we saw in our first broadcast of Court Chisel with this team. However, she is distributing it well and being a facilitator on the court.
Now, it is also worth noting now, with that foul on Drea Betts, which is a good foul, you have to force her to make the shots at the free throw line. You can't give her an easy layup after a great pass by Sydney Stowers. But the next foul George Wythe commits will put Bland in the double bonus. And this next free throw, as she makes the first one, will be huge to tie the ball game.
Foul differential 9-6. George Wythe with 9. Bland County with 6. Second shot, no good, hit the left side of the rim, so George Wythe clinging to a 1-point lead. Quick quick pass down the court for Kirtner. Kirtner crossover move, finishes with the right hand. 40-37 the score, back 2-3. Townley with the basketball, dribbles to the left, throws it back for Moses. Moses looks back towards Townley. Townley has to hurry and get it across. Townley tries to split the defense, going to lose the basketball. Betts picks it up, puts up a left-hand layup. No good, rolls out. Rebound is going to be pulled down by Townley, and I believe they're going to call Leffler here for a foul. And they will have to walk the basketball down, and Townley, I believe, will be shooting a 2-shot penalty.
And that is a big-time call. They will call it on Autumn Guthrie instead. little bit surprised. It looked like it might have been on Leffler. And if that was the case, Leffler, I believe, is with her with 3 or 4 fouls already. So that's going to be a big-time thing to look out for the rest of the time. But a great job by that was Townley going up and getting the offensive rebound. And Malia Kirtner pushing the tempo gets the lead back to 3.
Big free throws here by Blaine. Townley from the charity stripe, no good off the backside of the ring. The Bland County side of the gym is full. Not many seats on the George Wythe side either. Second shot, no good off the back of the rim. Rebound by Leffler, who gives it to Ingo. Pass ahead to Kirtner. Kirtner drives in, decides to pull it back out. There's a cross-court pass for Guthrie. Guthrie looks at the flex cut for Kirtner. Nothing there. Instead goes back to Betts. Betts hesitation, gives it to Guthrie. Guthrie passes it for Ingo. Going to get a screen here from Leffler. Ingo at the free throw line. Dumps it off for Kirtner. Kirtner, a little pull-up jump shot. No good. Rebound pulled down by Leffler. Leffler puts up a shot. It is no good. And then it's going to be tipped out of bounds. And I believe it should stay with the Lady Maroons.
And it will, as the official on the far end does rule that it goes to George Wythe. This is going to be big. Now with both free throws missed, you want to try to push the lead to 2 possessions. This possession just got that much bigger.
Ingo is the inbounder. Ball fakes and then gives it to Betts. Betts crossover back to the right hand. Now a dribble handoff for Ingo, who reverses it back. Defense played by Ratliff near half court. Dribble handoff for Betts, who throws it up top for Guthrie, over for Kirtner. Kirtner ball fakes to the left. Dribbles up. Going to get a screen from Leffler. Has the basketball, picked up her dribble, has to dribble handoff now for Drea Betts. Betts still pressured. Betts now passes it to the left side for Ingo. Ingo uses the screen from Leffler, and then Sydney Stowers is going to jump the passing lane and is able to get our hands on the basketball before Ingo could throw it. And there's a jump ball that will stay with the Lady Maroons.
Great job there by Stowers jumping the cut. And once again, that is going to be huge because now any jump ball will be in favor of the Bland County Lady Bears. Some big development towards the end of the game. Quick inbound pass to Leffler, who hands it off for Kirtner. Kirtner looks back inside, cuts the force a pass over the top, picked off by Stowers. Stowers pass ahead to Ratliff. Ratliff 2-on-2 situation, splits the defense, puts up a shot. No call on the play. Ingo with the rebound, going to throw it ahead to Kirtner. 2-on-3 situation. Kirtner over for Guthrie. Guthrie puts up a right-hand float shot, rolls around, no good. Rebound pulled down by 34 Hall. Hall throws it away into the hands of Ingo underneath for Betts. Betts puts up a shot with the left hand and one. Big shot there by Drea Betts. As you can hear the Bland County sideline still hyped up about the no call on the other end. And it is a surprising no call. We've seen calls like that all night long, and now both players were knocked down from the play, both in Kaylee Leffler and Emily Ratliff. So we're a little bit surprised to not see a call there, but Drea Betts doing a great job of finishing through contact, puts it back to 5, and with his free throw, it is no good.
Rebound pulled down by Moses. 5-point lead for the Lady Maroons. Ratliff throws it to an open Hall down the court. Hall one dribble, puts up a shot, blocked by Kirtner. 3 blocks for Malia Kirtner in the game. I believe if Ratliff could have saw her a fraction of a second earlier, Hall would have had an easier layup.
And we still see could have been maybe a foul call, but instead it will be a block call instead, and out of bounds, Bland County will reset.
Stowers throws it in for Hall, who gives it to Moses. Moses is going to be fouled here. We'll see who the call is on.
I believe it will be on Mackenzie Ingo, and that is correct. As she goes and tries to rip the ball away, she gets the arm of Mutter, and she will go to the line once again in the second half.
Moses has been a pretty reliable free throw shooter thus far. First shot is good. But no broadcaster's jinx here. You cannot blame me. She made the shot. 4-point lead for the Lady Maroons. 4:24 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Second shot is good as well. 3-point lead for the Maroons. Quick inbound pass to Kirtner. Kirtner goes to the right hand, drives up, gets to the free throw, going to pull up. Shot is no good off the backside of the rim. Tough rebound pulled down by Moses in traffic. She'll pivot out. Still pressured by Leffler. Gets it ahead to Stowers. Stowers splits the defense. Tries to throw a pass down the court for Irwin, and it will go out of bounds. Coach Jason Lambert very upset. His team had a great opportunity to cut the deficit to 1.
And that's what the pressure does to you, in that it looks like an easy pass. It really looks like an easy play, but when you have that many bodies around you, it's so much harder to make a complete and good pass. We saw an example of that right there as it gets thrown out of bounds, and George Wythe will take over in a 3-point game.
4:10 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Has been a good game so far. All you can ask for, really, you just want to give your Bland County, you really want to give yourself a chance to win the game in the end. If you're George Wythe, you have to understand that sometimes the basketball doesn't go in tonight. Tonight they've had a very difficult time shooting the basketball. Typically a very good shooting team. They're doing a good job on the offensive glass, pulling down the rebounds, and for the most part limiting Bland to one opportunity on their end, which is why they do have the 3-point lead.
Absolutely, and as you said, Bland County, you can't ask much more. This is a very, very, very good basketball team they're playing in George with the Lady Maroons. We've seen them dominate teams all season long. So to be in a 3-point game with 4 minutes to go, you'd like to close it out, but that's still something to be impressed about.
Lady Maroons with the basketball. Kertner, the point guard, passes it to Betts on the right wing. Betts uses a screen, drives in, puts up a shot. Blocked there by Stowers. Offensive rebound is going to be ran down by Betts, and they're going to say it goes out of bounds off of Irwin's hand, and it will stay with the Lady Maroons. Stowers with a great rejection.
A big-time block there from Stowers, anticipating the shot and swatting it away, almost got the rebound.
Ingo inbounds it to Betts, who kicks it back out for Kertner. Kertner goes back to Betts in the corner. Betts lines up a 3-point shot. It's good. Flash. Big shot there from Drea Betts, who's been struggling to shoot the basketball all night. Back to a 6-point lead. Blaine County Bears coming the other way. 3:40 here in the fourth quarter. 45-39. Pass over for Ratliff. Ratliff back to the right hand for Stowers. Stowers throws a pass inside for Moses. And we're going to get a timeout here from Coach Lambert with 3:32, trying to save his team from another turnover.
And that right there, we saw the reason the timeout was called was they went to Moses once again on the lower block. But this time, Leffler is not fronting the post. She's actually behind her and gets her hand run and knocks the ball away. Instead of course, forcing a bad shot or a bad situation, Coach Lambert will call a timeout. A good decision. But what a shot from Drea Betts, who has been struggling from the field tonight, hits a big-time corner three to put the game back to 6 points. Fantastic job.
And if you're Blaine County right now, you really don't have to stress. It is a 6-point game, but with 3:32 remaining, you have plenty of time. But you're the Lady Maroons, you kind of want to go for the jugular in a sense right now. You want to put your foot on the gas and do not take it off until the final buzzer blows. Because if you're able to give the Blaine County Bears a chance, possibly down 2, less than a minute, that's when teams are able to steal away the victory.
Absolutely. You don't try to stall right here. You continue to play your offense to the best of your ability. With 6 points, 3:32, we've seen 6 points evaporate in 10 seconds. So in 3:32 to go, no lead is safe right now. You have to continue pushing to the absolute limit.
Coming back out for the Bears, Dillow, Ratliff, Moses, Mutter, and Stowers. For the Lady Maroons, it will be Kertner, Ingo, Leffler, Betts, and Guthrie. Stowers the inbounder. Throws it backside for Dillow. Dillow steps under a long 2. Air ball. Offensive rebound pulled down by Stowers. Stowers turnaround shot no good. Rebound pulled down by Leffler in traffic. Leffler throws a pass back for Ingo. Ingo throws it to Kertner. Kertner going to be double teamed. Behind the back, loses it. Dillow able to come away with the steal. Throws it down the court for Stowers. Stowers puts up a shot, fouled by Kertner, and Stowers will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair.
Good foul there by Kertner as she goes up. And Stowers, instead of giving her a 2-point shot, fouls her just enough that way she can't get a clean shot up. 6-point game. These free throws are going to be big because you want to cut it as much as you can back down to 4.
First shot hits the back of the rim. Friendly bounce and goes in.
How about the defensive effort about half court on that last possession as well, as Leah Kertner tried to go behind the back, as she's done several times tonight. This time they anticipated and sealed away, leading these free throws.
Second shot, no good, off the back of the rim. Rebound pulled down by Ingo. Ingo passes it to Kertner. 3:10 remaining in the fourth quarter. Kertner uses a screen, loses the basketball. There is a scrum for it. Kertner is able to get it back. Still pressured at half court. She's going to step back court, no call. And Dillon's going to be able to rip the basketball away, put it up. And Kertner blocks the shot, but Stowers is there to finish it. If you're Blaine County, you'd rather have that than the back court, a dead ball. Timeout. Coming the other way is Drea Betts. Betts gets to the three-point line and pulls it back out. Trapping are the Blaine County Bears. Kertner has the basketball on the left wing. No defense on her. And now Stowers emerges from the pack to play defense. 3-point lead for the Maroons. Kertner gets a screen from Leffler. Pass over for Betts. Betts gets a screen. And then we're going to get a foul on Stowers as she's getting caught for the reach. And Betts will go to the free throw line to shoot a 1-on-1 scenario.
And that will be the 4th foul on Sydney Stowers. So another one to look out for. You want to keep her in for the rest of the game. But if she struggles on foul trouble, she'll actually be it will actually be number 24. That is Kayla Mutter being replaced by Emma Townley. But Drea Betts doing a great job going across, and Malia Kertner blocking the shot on the other end. As you said, Blaine County would like the way it did because the easy 2-point shot came up.
Betts from the free throw line is good. 4-point lead, 46-42, 2.5 minutes remaining.
Drea Betts has come alive in this fourth quarter, as we said, struggled for a majority of the night, but actually leading her team late in the fourth.
Betts' second shot, no good. Rebound pulled down by Moses. Moses into the hands of Stowers. 4-point game, 2:20. Plenty of time for both sides. Stowers pressured by Kirtner. Gets a screen from Ratliff, chooses to deny. Kirtner with the defense, steals it away and throws it down the court for Guthrie. Guthrie throws it backside for an open Ingo. Ingo puts up a layup. It is good. Big basket there from Mackenzie Ingo, 48-42, 2:08 remaining. Glenn County coming the other way, more specifically Townley has the basketball at the top of the key. Slows things down momentarily. Kicks it back out now for Dillo. Dillo goes with the left hand towards the middle of the court. Going to be knocked away by Ingo. Ingo's able to get it momentarily, and then she'll step out of bounds, and it will turn back over to the Lady Bears.
And what defense we saw from George Wythe. Malia Kirtner, seeing a screen, actually gets the ball away from the ball handler and goes down the court. Autumn Guthrie with a great pass. Mackenzie Ingo on the cut. Fantastic transition offense. Puts the lead back to six.
Townley inbounds it to Stowers. Stowers at the top of the key, hesitation, drives in, puts up a shot off the glass. It is good. Underhand shot there by Stowers. Tough finish. We've seen a few shots with a tough degree of difficulty so far from Stowers. 4-point lead, 1:38 remaining in the game. Ingo handles it, passes it to Betts. Betts going to get a screen from Leffler. Gets to the free throw line. Betts' pull-up shot is good. Big shot there from Betts. 6-point lead yet again, 1:27. Pass into the hands of Townley. Townley gets to the three-point line. Goes back to the right hand, drives in, puts up a shot blocked away by Kirtner. Kirtner comes out of the pack and throws it ahead for Betts. Betts going to shoot the left-hand layup. It is good. 8-point lead for the Lady Maroons, and they're turning it on in the final 30 seconds. The last 30 seconds of this game.
How about Malia Kirtner with 5 blocks in this game? Good pass down low to Moses, who gets it to go, cutting the lead back to 6. So how about Malia Kirtner and Drea Betts leading the team late in this fourth quarter? They don't have a pulse right now as they're doing work on the defensive end and on the offensive end.
6-point lead for the Maroons. 1:02 remaining in the fourth quarter. Foul differential 10-8. George Wythe 10, Glenn County 8. If you're Coach Lambert right now, you just scored. And if you are Coach Campbell, you know that you ran stall for 2 minutes yesterday. Granted, the score was a little bit higher, but still they do have a good stall play. It involves just a lot of V-cuts. Players just replacing each other at the top of the key, and they just pass it back and forth until they choose the foul.
And now remember, as you said, last night's game, we saw a much bigger score. So in this game, the Lady Bears will see that it is worth it to foul and force George Wythe to go to the line. We didn't necessarily see that last night as they were content with running out the clock. We won't see that now. George Wythe will still have to run a set play instead of standing at half court.
Looking at Coach Campbell's clipboard, it looks like he's drawing up a play, possibly to get some motion into the corner with the stall set up top. So it looks like they have the outlet for the corner if the defense chooses to leave that open. So that would be the first option. Second option is to just hold it until you're getting fouled with the replacing players up top.
And now, of course, if you are George Wythe, you do not want to give up the basketball right now. You want to hold it for as long as possible. Because remember, Glenn County, they will have to play the foul game. George Wythe is in the bonus, no double bonus just yet.
Ingo will be the inbounder. Full court press from the Bears. Inbounds it to Kirtner. Kirtner gets it across half court. Reverses it back out. Now goes to Ingo. Ingo pressured by Stowers. Ingo goes with the left hand. Stowers goes for the steal, does not get it. Ingo reverses it back out. Here's the stall part of the play. Betts throws it back for Kirtner. Kirtner dribbles around, and Ratliff is going to be called for a reach-in foul. With 45.6 seconds remaining, Kirtner will go to the free throw line.
Good execution by George Wythe there to not lose the basketball. Stowers going for a steal pretty hard, actually almost going into the backcourt to get it. Instead, Ingo keeps it herself, and they do a great job running off about 15 seconds off the clock, and Kirtner will shoot free throw. 1-and-1 situation. Two-shot situation now. Yes, so though, as that was the 10th foul on the Lady Bears, Kirtner will shoot 2.
Big free throws here from Malia. First shot, no good.
And this has been a problem that we've seen from both George Wythe teams this year. At times, free throw shooting seems to vex them. We'll see if they can continue to improve that going into the postseason, and more specifically at the end of this game.
Kirtner is able to connect on the second. 7-point lead, 53-46. Ratliff has the basketball. Gets it across the timeline, passes it over to the right side for Stowers. Stowers almost traveled with it. Probing the defense, goes towards the baseline. Spin move, loses the basketball off her knee. Kaylee Leffler dives on it. Good hustle there. We're going to get a jump ball, and it will stay with the Lady Bears. But Kaylee Leffler jumping from the lower block all the way out to the three-point line.
Great hustle there by Leffler to go get the ball. But remember what I said. Jump balls at 1 point go to the Lady Bears. That's going to be huge because it's still a 7-point game and a 3-possession game with 30 seconds to go.
Ratliff drives in, ripped away by Ingo. 28 seconds. Ingo in the open court going to put up the right-hand layup. It is good. 55-46, lead up to 9. With 20 seconds remaining, the Bland County Bears' chances are slim. Pass to Stowers. Stowers going to drive in, tries to put up a shot. She's going to be fouled. She will go to the free throw line and shoot two.
And I believe that might be Leffler's either 4th or 5th foul. We'll have to see. That is her 5th foul, so she will be replaced in this game. Now, I also want to point out, Mackenzie Ingo, a double-double tonight with 11 points and 15 boards.
Jo Beth Hilton will replace Leffler.
The chances do look slim, but it is not impossible right now with 16 seconds to go.
Where's Reggie Miller when you need her? First shot from Stowers, no good.
You got a couple examples there, Reggie Miller, Tracy McGrady, either one of them.
A 9-point lead for the Lady Maroons. Stowers' second shot good. 8-point lead, 55-47, 16 seconds. Inbounds to Kirtner. If Bland has to foul, if Bland wants to foul, they have to do it now. They do just that.
And so we see it is still a 8-point game coming up here. So Kirtner will go to shoot. And if Coach Campbell's decision, typically he will send all of the defenders into the backcourt, which it looks like that is exactly what he is doing.
Townley will check out. Back into the game for the Bears, Caitlin Hall.
So no offensive rebounding help here from Malia Kirtner. All of the defenders will go into the backcourt there for the next possession.
Kirtner's first shot is good. 9-point lead. 3 possessions with 12 seconds is tough. You would have to assume that any chance of a miraculous play at the end would be over if Wade is able to knock down this free throw and ice the game. She does just that. 10-point lead for the Lady Maroons. 12 seconds. Stowers going to inbound it to Ratliff. Ratliff goes back to Stowers. 10 seconds. 9 seconds across the timeline. 7 seconds. Stowers drives in. Going to put up a shot off the glass. Rolls around and goes in. 2 seconds. Quick inbound pass to Ingo. And the final seconds will get off the clock. As a good effort from both sides. The Bland County Bears do a tremendous job getting the Lady Maroons all they could handle. But once again, defense in the end, too tough from the Lady Maroons. They pull out another victory.
And we saw Malia Kirtner, Mackenzie Ingo, Drea Betts come up with some big-time defense with Kaylee Leffler as well. Even though she fouled out at the end, it's important to note that she played a very good game defensively. But it was the rebounding efforts of George Wythe. Like I said, every single player except for Peyton Phillips, who did not play tonight, got a rebound at some point in the game. So that is such a big boost, and a fantastic job on the glass forces a 8-point win for Lady Maroons.
If you're Coach Lambert on the Bland side, nothing to hang your head over. You actually perform better in the dungeon than you did in your home court, which is kind of head-scratching in a way because typically teams come here and completely fall apart due to the loud atmosphere. The gym is hot. They turn the heat up in the gym, so it's a different feel than some other places, other than Chilhowie, which is called the Hot Box, if you've been there. But that's kind of what you want as a coach. You still have a younger team. And come to playoff time, you just want to reach your peak then and give yourself a chance. And they've shown that they can play with these Maroons if it comes back down to it in the MED tournament. If it comes back down to a championship game or maybe a second-round game where they have to play each other, they know they can play with.
And remember, especially now, they're peaking at the right time. We always talk about it, and it becomes a cliche here on our broadcast, but when you get to the postseason, it's a 0-0 start. You have no wins and you have no losses. So you start off fresh, and to be able to go through and once again to continue to fight on a tough enemy opponent venue here like they did tonight, it speaks volumes to go into the postseason, and it's something to carry with them.
We're going to talk a little bit about that MED tournament. Not really sure about the seedings yet. Do not quote me on this, but I am 95% sure that the Glory Street Lady Indians will be playing the Grayson County team. So I think that's one of our first-round matchups that we will have. We should find out for sure about the boys after tonight. We'll get you that information and tell you which games we're covering. Mountain Empire District Tournament starts on Friday on the 8th, so we will be off tomorrow and then be at Fort Chisholm later in the week.
And looking forward to a lot of great postseason matchups as we go through. And once again, the district tournament, you get to the state tournament, it starts then.
We have reached the intermission between our two games. We're honoring some seniors currently, so we're going to take a 6-minute break. When we come back, we'll get into our boys varsity action. Should be a fantastic game. You're listening to high school basketball, 95.3 WXBX. Welcome back to George Wythe High School here in Wytheville, Virginia, along with my broadcast partner to my right, Blake Holmes, and our game station engineer and studio operator, Willis Williams. I am Jacob Underwood. We have seen the Lady Maroons girls varsity team defeat the Bland County team in a closely contested game, final score 57-49. So a great first game to start off our night.
And it was a little bit of a surprising game, as we talked about. George Wythe actually handled the business quite well in Bland County. Actually won by, I believe it was about 30 points. So tonight, Bland County gave them a great fight, was up until the very end. And even that 8-point game, even that 8-point lead can be a little bit of a deceiving number, as it looked like it was going to be a tie ball game, with actually Bland County leading with a decent amount.
We saw at the end Malia Kerner and Mackenzie Ingo take over on the defensive end. That's what kind of ballooned the score. They got up to 10 points, 57-47 at one point. So the score, like you said, a little bit deceiving. It doesn't really tell the whole story of the game. However, these Lady Maroons are victorious. Flipping around to our game that we have tonight. We were supposed to have this night broadcast for you on January 29th. However, due to weather, the game was postponed until now. George Wythe playing 3 straight nights now. Granted, they played in 2 blowout games before. Okay, so you got to rest a little bit of your players. However, tired legs are sure to be about with this team, considering the fact that if you play 1 game in high school, maybe you're not super tired, but you get where you're playing 2 to 3 back-to-back. And think about it like this. They're probably going to get the bye in the tournament, so they're not going to have to play until the 12th. But if it was something crazy to happen and they were not to get that, they would be playing 4 games in 5 nights, and that would be a tremendous task on anyone's body.
And now keep in mind, in the past 3 nights, we've seen them actually transition and put in several different players that don't get a ton of minutes. So we've seen Joe Wilkins come out and put out some impressive numbers. Samaje Floyd as well in his senior night. The past couple of nights, he's been pretty well. So once again, they've actually shared the workload a little bit to where it's not completely taxing on one side and the starting players. Of course, Josh Reed still gets plenty of action, along with Jason, Zori McMillan, and Tyron Farah, who is back. But once again, the important thing is you have to be able to share the workload, and that could be a good site for this game. They still might want to relinquish some of the minutes to some of the reserve players to keep a little bit of stamina. But, of course, you got to stay in the game.
If you have not seen the Bland County Bears team, they're very tall. We'll just say it like that. Described them as giants in one of our broadcasts earlier this year. Jake Waters, Patrick Christian, extremely tall athletes. Jacob Waters signed to play at West Virginia University. Go Mountaineers, by the way. Signed to play there to play baseball. Saw something earlier on Twitter, maybe a few days ago, that said he was throwing 96, 97 right now. That's scary.
And a multi-sport athlete. He also is a great football player as well. But we take a look here, and don't forget about Gage Hankins, who we mentioned last night hit a 3/4 court shot to beat Grayson County on their home floor. You also mentioned they also have Ty Ritter back at their disposal, last year's leading scorer. So the Bears are a very talented team, and they have talent all around. You can't also forget about Shane Ramsey. And this team, not only are they tall, they're athletic. They can get up and they can flush the ball home.
We saw Jake Waters throw down a powerful jam down the baseline earlier in our broadcast when they played Fort Chisholm. Fort Chisholm gave both of these teams trouble. That 2-3 defense at times can be very confusing and force you into bad shots and bad turnovers. Our Bland Fort Chisholm broadcast earlier this year was a very, very low-scoring game, if you remember. With limited time left in the first quarter, the score was 3-4.
And this is again, Fort Chisholm is a good basketball team. There's no reason to think that they aren't. Actually, they only lost by 4 to George Wythe the other night here on their home floor. And we talk about this is a well-rounded conference or even district just from top to bottom. We take a look again with George Wythe, Bland, Auburn. We saw Galax give a few good games as well. Fort Chisholm, Roll Retreat, even though they've only won 2 games, has still played in several. So once again, this is a good district, and no team is going to be an easy out by any means.
important that you brought up Galax. A very surprising finish, Mountain Empire District related. Galax actually defeated Auburn, the 2 seed in the Mountain Empire District, by a score of 13. And that pretty much solidifies George Wythe's spot as the 1. So this just comes to show you, if you don't come to play at any time, any team in this district can beat you, and you always have to be on your A game.
And that's a big-time win for George Wythe. You know, they didn't actually get the win, but they do in hindsight because, as you said, that's pretty much almost guaranteed that they're going to get the 1 seed and get a first-round bye. And when you, as we talked about before, when you play 3 games in 3 nights, that first-round bye can be crucial.
It is senior night. The the 2 seniors on this George Wythe basketball team, Samaje Floyd and Josh Reeves. Reeves has been on varsity since a freshman. Remember actually playing against him back in my old heyday. Samaje Floyd, a 2-year varsity player. So congratulations to them on very successful careers. Haven't been able to get that state ring yet, but they've been in situations where they have played the powerhouse Radford. Radford moving out of 1A, now 2A. So George Wythe looking to make a deep run in the playoffs. Talking to Josh Reeves, he says he thinks they can do it.
And that's one thing that they do so well is when you talk about it, they are a very deep basketball team. They don't really rely on stars while they have them in Josh Reeves. Dory McMillan has a great jump shot. Tyron Farrow with his speed. They have their main playmakers. They have their stars. But when it comes down to it, they have so many reserve players that do such great jobs in their certain roles. Daniel Goode is a great rebounder and also does a great job at knocking down a 3-point shot. Avery Mabe, a great big man, going down and getting rebounds. Joe Wilkins has shown prowess in his speed and ball handling at times. Even Samaje Floyd with rebounding. Peyton Coe, another young guy who's come in and made an impact on the starting lineup. They are such a deep team, and it's not by any means impossible for them to make it run.
Ty Ritter back for the Blaine County Bears. Ty Farrow back for the George Wythe Maroons. We're going to take a 5-minute break. When we come back, we'll give you our keys to victory for both sides. Listening to high school basketball, 95.3 WXBX. Welcome back to George Wythe High School here in Hicksville, Virginia. The Blaine County Bears return to the court. They're warming up. We are a key minus 5 minutes away until our action. So Blake will go ahead. Keys to victory for the Blaine County Bears.
Well, for Blaine County, of course, they have the superior size advantage. But what team in the area do they not really have a size advantage on? They are a fantastic, like a very tall basketball team. So you have to win the glass. You have to win the rebounding edge because the more opportunities that you get for Jake Waters and Patrick Christian, and that's also the lineup. And as we said, Ty Ritter back, you want to be able to get as many opportunities as you can. So being able to get as many possessions as you can is going to be crucial. Secondly, George Wythe loves to shoot the 3-ball, and they do it so fantastically well. You have to step out. Do not allow them to shoot the 3-ball. You have to make them beat you on the glass. Once again, height advantage. Force them to beat you down low.
Not sure how many minutes Coach Hankins is going to play Ritter or if he will start. But having him back in the lineup has to be a morale boost to some of the older players, Christian, Waters, Dillo, players of that age, because they've been around with him from freshman on, playing with him. Seeing him out there with him has to give them some type of morale.
And again, as you said, that's the important thing. When you're on the road in a tough environment like this, you have to be able to get as much of a morale boost as you can. Also, when Jake Waters is pulling warm-up threes from 3 steps on the 3-point line and nothing but net. So a great job there. And once again, team chemistry is crucial on the road. You need as much as you possibly can to play as a complete unit.
The George Wythe Maroons will run out onto the court to cheer. What do they need to do to avenge their loss in Rocky Gap and leave their senior night with a victory?
Now remember, as we said before, in the first matchup against Blaine County in Rocky Gap, they did not have Tyron Farrow after an injury he sustained against Grayson County here in the dungeon. So run the ball through Ty Farrow. Make them realize what they were missing in Rocky Gap. Tyron does a great job driving with dribble moves and speed. He's also a great ball mover as well. Secondly, you have to force Blaine County. You have to be smart with the basketball. You cannot play into the defense. You have to be able to force them to make adjustments. So as I said with Blaine, they're going to have to force George Wythe to go down low. Well, take good shots, make good passes, don't turn the ball over, and use good ball movement to find the right shot, not necessarily forcing anything.
I think it's going to be interesting to see Coach Burns' strategy. Watching that game earlier in the year that we keep talking about, George Wythe actually went to a 2-3 defense against this Blaine team, which may not seem like that big of a deal. However, George Wythe is undersized against this team. Avery Mabe is probably the only one and possibly Josh Reeves that matches up height-wise with this Bland County team, especially amongst the trees underneath. A 2-3 defense is the hardest to rebound out of because you don't have a set man you have to box out. You boxed out a spot, basically, and if no one comes into your area, a lot of times that's where the miscommunication lies, and you're focused on trying to find somebody to box out, and the trees come in and grab the rebound. So Coach Burns obviously going to try to force this Bland County Bears team to shoot the basketball and not finish underneath. They kind of bit him a little bit last time they played because players like Ethan Cook and Jonathan Bright were able to knock down 2 3-pointers apiece, and that was the difference maker in a 7-point win for the Bland County Bears.
And we also talk about the game at Bland County that we broadcasted earlier this season at Fort Chisholm. But when you think about it this way, Fort Chisholm actually started off the game with a box-and-one look and held, as we said, the Bland County Bears, which seems unimaginable, to like 4 points in a quarter, which is insane. But then in the second quarter, they transitioned to a 2-3 look, and Bland picked it apart. That was when they started playing to their best ability. So find your best defensive look early. Do not let Bland County get off to a run.
Both teams going back to their benches now. Looks like the George Wythe starting lineup will be Reeves, Coe, Barrow, Dorian McMillan, and Avery May. On the other side, it will be Waters, Jonathan Bright, Ethan Cook, Tristan Dillo, and Patrick Christian. So Ty Ritter not in the starting lineup for the Bears. We'll see when Coach Jenkins chooses to go to him. He's a senior, so he has the experience. He's played here before.
And once again, as you said, just having him back and able to play will still put a morale boost within the starters.
Bland County Bears team being introduced now. Number 0, Ethan Cook for the Bears. Jonathan Bright, number 10, so a smaller guard setup for the Bears. A small forward, we'll say, 22, Tristan Dillo.
I'm also surprised we don't see Gage Hankins in the starting lineup for the first time. The second time we broadcast the first time we did not see, or we saw Gage Hankins actually starting.
Jacob Waters, 24. And number 40, Patrick Christian. And now for the home-standing George Wythe Maroons, as you can hear the crowd getting into it. Number 4, Peyton Coates, the sophomore. Number 5, the junior, Alan Farrell. Number 12, Josh Reeves, the senior. 23, the junior, Dorian McMillan. And 25, the junior, Avery Mabe, the UVA baseball commit. So we have a WVU baseball commit and a UVA baseball commit on the same court today.
Maybe a clash we see in the future in the NCAA. But we also talk about, as we said, Avery Mabe Jr. has been recruited for UVA since he was about a freshman. So incredible talent on the baseball field, on the pitch. He's a great pitcher, and also coming in, being a big man for the Maroons.
It will be Avery Mabe jumping for the Maroons. Assume it will be Waters, maybe Christian. We'll see what they elect to do.
I believe it will be Patrick Christian. Or no, it will be Jacob Waters. He turns towards midcourt.
Referee blows the ready to play. Throws the tip up in here, won by Avery Mabe out of bounds. So it's going to be a re-jump and another anticlimactic start.
Deja vu to last night, as you mentioned.
Second is won by Waters and tipped into the hands of Cook and then walked back to Waters. So Waters will handle it. Covered by Dorian McMillan. Man defense starting out for the Maroons. Waters gets to the top of the key. Pulls up a long 2-point shot. Knocks it down. Big shot there from Jacob Waters. Coming the other way is Ty Farrell. In the hands of McMillan. Up top for Reeves. Swing pass for Coe. Coe going to pull a long 3-point shot. No good off the back of the rim. Rebound is tipped into the hands of Tristan Dillo. 2-0. Coming the other way is Dillo. Hands it off for Waters. Waters back to Dillo on the left wing. Dillow dribbles it, passes to Cook up top. Cook goes to Patrick Christian. Patrick Christian up top for Jonathan Bright. Bright back to Dillow on the right side. Dillow covered by Reed. Underneath for Patrick Christian. Power dribble off the glass. Patrick Christian's shot is good. 4-0 is the score. 7:08 remaining in the first quarter.
And Jacob Waters just unfair with that contested pull-up from deep 2-point range. And Patrick Christian backing down Avery May. Avery May knocks down the easy post shot. Tyron Farrow going down low, and a circus shot going up and in for Tyron Farrow. Puts the score to 4-2. 2-4 is the score in favor of the Blaine County Bears. 6:45 remaining here in the first quarter. Ethan Cook passes it to Waters on the right wing. Waters isolation with McMillan. Goes towards the baseline. Pull-up shot deep to air ball. Boxed out and rebound by Josh Reed. Throws ahead to Tyron Farrow. Farrow dribbles it. Gets to the top of the key. Kicks it out for McMillan. Jab step move by McMillan. Pass over for Reeves. Reeves ball fakes. Drives in. Puts up a right-hand layup. It is good. Off the glass. 4-4 is the score. High-intensity game already. Full court man pressure by the George Wythe Maroons. Dillow gets by Reed. Spins in. Dribble handoff now for Waters. Waters goes to the top of the key for Patrick Christian. Spin move. Christian puts it up. Cannot finish. Rebound pulled down by Farrow. Farrow throws the head. Hit by Cook. Throw the hands up right back to Cook. Cook going to pull up a long 2-point shot. No good off the back of the rim. Rebound pulled down by McMillan now. Into the hands of Farrow. Farrow gets it across half court. Pass over for Reeves. Reeves lines up a 3-point shot. It is good. Josh Reeves only 7-4. 5:50 remaining in the first quarter. Big time shot there from Josh Reeves. He stepped into it off a pass to Dorian McMillan, and that is how you do it. You get back to a 3-point lead, and Blam County will take the ball. Tristan Dillow crossover move, drives in, puts up a right-hand layup. It is good. Good move there by Dillow. 7-6. Pressure from the Bears. Farrow throws it ahead to McMillan. McMillan hesitation, gets it into the corner, throws it back up top for Farrow. Josh Reeves comes and gets the ball. 5 early points for Reeves. Coe with the basketball on the right side. Into the hands of Dorian McMillan now. McMillan jab step and drives in. Looks for the corner for Farrow. Kicks it that way. Flips the defense, does Farrow. Kick out for Reeves. Reeves lines up a 3-point shot. It is no good. Air ball, and it will go out of bounds. And you hear the cheers on the other side from the Blaine County chanting air ball. And how about the contest there by Jacob Waters, going from the elbow out and contesting the three, forcing Reeves to put a little bit too much on it as it is an air ball. Fantastic job of defense, and Blaine will take over only down 1.
Dillow with the basketball on the right wing. Dillow passes up top for Bright. Bright lines up a 3-point shot. No good. Offensive rebound. Knocked away from Waters into the hands of Farrow. Farrow turns on the jet. Gets to the top of the key. Loses the basketball into the corner, but regains it. Now he's trapped. And we're going to get a timeout here, I believe, from Farrow, as he had to burn one because he was trapped in the corner.
And it's a good decision by Farrow. Instead of turning the ball over, he's going to call the timeout and it will be a half timeout, so a 30-second timeout coming up here for the Maroons. But a good decision by Farrow. Also a great scramble defense by Bland County to trap him in the corner.
7-6 is the score in a high-intensity basketball game in the first quarter. This is everything we expected it to be so far. Josh Reeves has 5 early points, an athletic layup, and a long 3-point shot.
And Jacob Waters, I mean, words can't really describe how tough that pull-up he had at the beginning of the game was. A great contest from Dorian McMillan, but it doesn't matter as Waters knocks it down from 2 steps behind the elbow and a big-time shot to start the game.
George with basketball on the left sideline. Farrow inbounds it. Looking to inbound it, I should say. Now he does just that to Josh Reeves. Reeves gets the basketball.
We see Jacob Waters actually matching up with Josh Reeves.
Into the corner for McMillan. Back to Reeves. Reeves dribbles it. Now he gets double teamed. Throws it to a cutting McMillan. McMillan puts up the layup with a left hand. It's good finish that by McMillan. 9-6, 4:30. Ethan Cook with the basketball. Dribbling it down the court. Has to get it across the timeline. He does just that. Tyron Farrow almost steals it from him. He loses the dribble. Throws it to the high post now for Patrick Christian. Christian going to kick it back out for Dillow. Slow things down momentarily. Dillow crosses over with the left hand. Goes back to Bright. Bright runs off a double screen. Dribble handoff now for Waters. Waters still pressured by McMillan. Looks inside for Patrick Christian. Now he puts it on the floor. Kicks it out for Bright. Bright not paying attention. And Waters and Bright miscommunication. And checking into the game now will be Hankin and Trey Hart.
Just not on the same page was Bright and Waters. As Bright actually went to do a backdoor cut. Waters wanted a slot up in the corner, could not quite connect as it goes out of bounds. George Wythe will take over.
Peyton Coe will handle the point guard duty. He's covered by Hankin. Passes to the right side for Mabe. Mabe hands it back off for Coe. Coe goes to the left hand and throws it backside for Farrow. Farrow puts it on the floor, back to Coe. Coe in the corner, thought about a three, did not shoot. Kicks it back out for McMillan. McMillan covered by Ty Ritter, who has checked into the game. Crossover by McMillan, gets by Ritter. Fadeaway shot partially blocked there by Christian. Rebound pulled down by Ritter. Hands it off for Hankins. Hankins will run the point guard. Hankins throws it to Waters. Waters 2 steps behind the three-point line. Will throw it in for Christian. Christian power dribble over the top of Avery. Partially blocked by May. May will pull down the rebound. Farrow throws it ahead to Coe. Coe gets by Hankins, puts up a shot over the outstretched arms of Waters. Rebound is going to be tipped into the hands of Reed. Reed saves it for McMillan. McMillan drives in, kicks it out for Farrow. Back to Coe. Coe lines up a three-point shot, and it is no good. Long rebound is going to bounce out of bounds as Avery May was almost able to save it, and it should go for the Bland County Bears.
And what a fantastic job of hustling there by Josh Reed. He actually gets the loose ball into the hands of Peyton Coe. But Bland County staying patient on defense, and again, they're going to force you to make good shots on them. George Wythe not able to capitalize on that possession.
Harden will inbound it to Hankins. Hankins full court picked up by Tyron Farrow. Drilling with the right is Hankins. Hankins goes behind the back. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds, so good defense by Farrow.
And that's one thing that Farrow does so well is he doesn't really reach. He doesn't do anything that's ticky-tacky. He says he just has good defensive positioning and forces Hankins. It's a good move to go behind the back and try to get back to the center court, but his foot does slide, and it looks like it went out of bounds.
Patrick Christian will check out. Checking in for him is Shane Ramsey. Ramsey will be guarding Reed. Tyron Farrow gets it across half court and dribble handoff for Jason. Now he'll pass it to Goode, who's into the game. Back to Reed. Reed hands it off for Mabe. Mabe's attacks and kicks it to the corner for Goode. Goode thought about a three. Back up top for Farrow. Farrow lines up a three-point shot. Big shot there from Tyron Farrow. 12-6, lead up to 6 so far in the game. 2:35 remaining in the first quarter. Big shot.
Spectacular feed there from Daniel Goode, actually going up against a much taller defender. Kicks it out to a wide-open Tyron Farrow, who converts on the three.
Greg Hart tries to throw a pass inside for Ritter. Picked off by Jason McMillan. McMillan drives in, puts up the athletic layup, and it will go. They're going to wave it off and say offensive goaltending as Tyron Farrow got his hand on the net as the ball was coming through. So the basket is no good offensive goaltending.
And that's a big-time call there. He did not make contact with the basketball. Once again, Farrow actually touches the net and the rim when he goes up. Therefore, his offensive goaltending, they will call or wave off the basket.
Ramsey throws it back up top for Waters. Waters with the basketball, gives it to Ritter. Ritter covered by Mabe, gives it to Hankins. Hankins on the right wing, gets a screen from Ritter, back up top for Harden. Harden ball fakes and goes towards Ramsey's side. Ramsey pressured by Reed. Dribble handoff for Waters. Waters lines up a three-point shot. Big shot by Jacob Waters. 12-9. Immediately coming the other way is Ty Farrow. Turns on the Jets and then slows down. Gets by Harden to the free throw line. Going to pull up. Uses the offhand. Misses the layup. Waters coming the other way with it. One-on-one situation. Waters pull-up shot from the free throw line. No good. Gets his own rebound. Second chance opportunity. No good. Short off the front of the rim. Rebound pulled down by Goode.
And a fantastic job on transition defense by Jason McMillan. Seeing Waters going, actually steps up and forced him to pull up. He cannot get it to go, and they get a rebound going the direction.
Reed, spin move, pulls up from the three-point line. No good. Shot is going to screen down low and be knocked out of bounds by May, but will turn back over to the Bland County Bears.
Maybe going up for an offensive rebound actually knocks it out of bounds, but that's okay. You'll take that because that way, Bland, you can get your defense on the other side of the court, and they will have to reset.
Harden inbounds it to Hankins. Hankins is going to draw a foul on Farrow. It seems to me what Farrow is doing is Hankins' go-to drill move is behind the back. So he's forcing him down the sideline, and when he goes that behind the back, he's icing him, and the only way he has to go is out of bounds.
Now, they did call a blocking foul on Farrow because he's not actually sliding there. He's actually stepping with Hankins. But a great job, and that's awareness by Farrow to know and pay attention to the scouting report.
Waters gives it to Ritter at the top of the key. Ritter's into the corner for Ramsey. Ramsey back up top for Hankins. Throws it to Harden. Harden jab step, drives in, puts up a right-hand layup, rolls around, and goes in. 11-12 to score. 52 seconds as Jason inbounds it to Dorian. Dorian will handle it, covered by Ramsey. Throws it into the corner for Goode. Back to Dorian. Beautiful play as Dorian finishes. Great pass there from Goode. And a great cut from Dorian to streak down the court. Finally opening in the defense. Bland coming the other way. Hankins throws it to Harden on the left side. Harden back to Waters. Waters, deep three-point shot, lines it up, no good. Rebound is going to be knocked around, and Ty Ritter is going to almost pick it up, and Goode will knock it out of his hands. So we'll stay with the Bland County Bears.
Daniel Goode with a pass with a little bit of heat on it, on a great cut by Dorian McMillan, sets up a two-point shot to go back to three. A great hustle, but Jake Waters cannot get the deep three to go. It will go off the left rim, out of bounds. Bland County will take over.
Harden inbounds it to Gillow. Gillow goes to Hankins. Hankins looks in the post for Ritter. Instead, will try to force it to Harden. Tyron Farrow picks it off, drives in the length of the court, and they're going to get an intentional foul here. An intentional foul called, I believe, on...
We had Tristan Dillo as he went, and Farrow kind of got tripped up. I'm surprised they called the intentional there. And again, that is like a technical foul. You hear that you can't do that here from the George Wythe student section. So Farrow, the way this works, he will shoot the free throws, and it will get the ball back. A big-time call there by the official.
Interesting call. Farrow's first shot good from the line.
Not often that you see an intentional foul like that called this early in the game, especially when, again, it could have been called either way.
Second shot from Farrow's quick shot. 16-11.
So because of the intentional, George Wythe will take over under Bland County's basket.
17 and a half seconds remaining in our first quarter of action. Farrow will inbound it underneath. Box set. Jason, Dorian, Avery, and Daniel Goode. Farrow throws it in for Goode. Goode throws it back up top. Intended for McMillan. He'll have to go back court to save it, and Jonathan Bright will pick off that pass. Hankins goes behind the back yet again. Kicks it out for Ramsey. Ramsey lines up a three-point shot. No good. Offensive rebound. Won by Bright, who throws it back out for Ritter. Ritter to Harden. Harden at the buzzer. No good. As it had a chance to roll around and rimmed out. At the end of one, the George Wythe Maroons lead the Bland County Bears 16-11.
And what an exciting first quarter that we just saw here in the dungeon. Almost a big-time three by both Shane Ramsey and it was Jonathan Bright as well. Almost got it to go to cut it back to a two-point game. Instead, it'll be a 5-point game going in the second quarter. But this crowd is electric right now, and the George Wythe student section's into it.
Tyron Farrow with the basketball, started the second quarter. Gives it back to Reeves. Reeves has a mismatch with Cook. Size advantage. Handoff for McMillan. McMillan throws it back for Farrow. Farrow lines up a three-point shot. No good. Offensive rebound pulled down by May. Back out for Reeves. Reeves puts it on the floor, drives in, lowers the shoulder, puts up a shot off the glass. It is good. 7 points for Josh Reeves.
And Reeves is a great finisher down low, especially at his size. He goes through and contorts his body to get a good left-hand layup to go up, and he gets to go.
Ethan Cook handling the basketball. Gets it down the court for Jonathan Bright. Bright dribbles it with the left hand. Now will ball fake. Pressure, throws it into the corner for Harden. Harden thought about a three, but Avery made it close out, denied that. Pass over for Christian. Christian, free throw line, jump shot, no good. 18-11. Reeves with the rebound. He'll push it into the front court himself. Reeves gives it to Coe. Coe goes to the right hand to the free throw line, drives in, going to put up the left hand layup. It is good. 9-point lead. Largest it's been tonight. Jacob Waters on the bench right now for Bland County.
Tough drop there by Peyton Coe off the pass by Josh Ramsey. Goes and drives hard with the right hand down the lane. Gets it to go with his left hand. We see almost could be a charge call, almost a travel call as well. Instead it will not, and Trey Harden will shoot. No good.
Josh Reeves pulls down the rebound there, and it will go into the hands of Coe. Coe drives in. Hesitation move. Kicks it back out for Reeves. Reeves puts it on the floor, drives in. Hesitation has it knocked out of his hand. Into the hands of McMillan. McMillan going to shoot it. Blocked by Ramsey. Into the hands of Patrick Christian. Back up to Ramsey. Ramsey spin move, drives in, and he is going to be called for a travel. And it will go the other way.
And you hear the commotion on both sides here. One side in disbelief, and the other side in full sense. But what a great job of anticipating the shot by Shane Ramsey, swatting it into the backcourt. He could not quite finish, as again, he takes 3 steps on the spin move. They call it for the travel.
Farrow with the basketball. Has it up top. Almost walks with it. Then passes it to Coe to his right. Jonathan Bright covering Coe. Dribble handoff now for Farrow. Farrow goes for Mabe. Mabe lines up a three-point shot. It is no good. Offensive rebound pulled down by McMillan. McMillan kicked it into the corner for Coe. Coe hesitation. Pull up. Actually passes out to the corner for McMillan. McMillan, a three-point shot. It is good.
Spectacular shot there. And we get a timeout here from Blake City. This gym is on fire. Dorian McMillan with a spectacular shot in the corner over the outstretched hand of Shane Ramsey. He gets it to go. What a fantastic pass by Coe, and an even better shot by McMillan.
Dorian McMillan just got a warning from the official for staring down Jonathan Wright after he made that shot over him. So McMillan has to be careful. Any other extracurricular activity will not go his way. 12-point lead for the George Wythe Maroons, and their plan for revenge so far working well.
And so far, no signs of fatigue in the third night in a row, as they have been fantastic. Now, of course, Wayne County, they've been without Jake Waters. They have not played him. He will be going back into the game in this next break.
6:04, 23-11, 1-1 foul differential. Coming back out for the Bears is Bright, Ramsey, Cook, Waters, and Christian. On the other side, Farrow, Coe, Dorian McMillan, Josh Reeves, and Avery May. Cook will be the point guard and bring it down the floor. Cook gets it across the timeline, passes to Waters on the right wing. Throws it up top now for Bright. Excuse me. Bright puts it on the floor, passes it to Christian. Christian looks up top for Ramsey. Ramsey turnaround shot, no good. Air ball. Rebound pulled down by Dorian McMillan. Into the hands of Farrow. Coach Burns says to run with it. Throws a pass underneath. Beautiful pass for Avery May. Will go off his hands. And it looks like Coach Burns mad at Farrow for the pass, but I believe it was on target. Avery was not ready.
It's a great pass. Just May was not expecting a pass like that. It may have been expecting a pass, but not in the manner that Farrow threw it. But it was a great pass. Just a little bit of miscommunication forces the turnover.
Waters with the basketball. Hesitation. Drives the baseline on McMillan. McMillan, turnaround shot from Waters. No good. Offensive rebound by Ritter. Kick out for Cook. Cook, a three-point shot. No good. Rebound is going to be tipped by Reeves and pulled down by McMillan. He'll give it to Farrow. Farrow throws it ahead to Reeves. Reeves drives in, throws it back out for McMillan. McMillan hesitation, gets to the free throw line, kicks it out for Farrow, back out for Reeves. Reeves lines up a three-point shot, no good off the backboard. Very strong right there. Missed for Josh Reeves. Hankins coming the other way with it. Hesitation, goes behind the back, pull-up shot from the elbow, high off the glass. It is good. 23-13.
The bench is open there for Gage Hankins on a impressive pull-up jumper from the right elbow. And Josh Reeves, it looks like they almost forgot about him as he misses the free throw. Circus shot from Tyron Farrow, no good, and rebounded by Patrick Christian, losing the ball, and it will be George Wythe basketball as he loses the basketball.
And it will stay in favor of the Maroons. Dillard checking back into the game. He will check in for Ethan Cook. McMillan throws it in for Farrow. Farrow gets a screen from Reeves. Back out for Reeves. Reeves spin move. Step back, pull up shot. No good off the side of the rim. Rebound is going to be knocked out of bounds by McMillan, and it will go to the Wayne County Bears.
Good hustle by McMillan, but even better hustle there by Ritter as it goes out of bounds on McMillan, and Wayne County will take over in 10-point game.
Hankins with the basketball. Looks like we're going to get an overload set to the right. ISO play for Waters. Waters' hesitation, step back shot over McMillan is good. Great defense by McMillan, but you can't do anything about that. 23-15 is the score.
And Jacob Waters, with his superior height, just shoots over McMillan. A great shot by Waters, but it's the lead to 8.
Coe gives it back to Farrow. Farrow hands it off for McMillan. McMillan's left-hand hesitation, uses the screen from Mabe, throws it to Mabe. Mabe cannot corral it, and it will go out of bounds off of Hankins' knee. And it will stay with the
And Hankins just not able to corral the ball off the missed shot, and it will go out of bounds off his knee. But still, good defense all around. George Wythe, they're going to have to, again, they have their work cut out for them right now.
Farrow with the basketball near half court. Hankins guarding him. Crossover move by Farrow, drives in, almost walks with it, kicks it out for McMillan, throws it underneath for Reeves. Reeves pump fake, puts up a shot, no good, but he is fouled by Waters.
And Waters having a few words about what potentially could have been a missed travel call on Farrow, but I believe he actually was able to keep the pivot foot. And so Reeves will go to the free throw line. And once again, that's one thing he does so well. He initiates contact and gets the foul call, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Reeves, no good from the free throw line.
If you are at Blaine, we didn't do this last night, Underwood, but if you're a Blaine County fan, you might be seeing a little bit of ball don't lie right now.
Yes, you have to make as many as possible to make up for last night. Prepare yourself, folks. Reeves' second shot from the line. Good as the lights flicker here. 2 times flicker back to back. 24-15 is the score. Hankins with the basketball. Hankins throws it to the left side for Ritter. Ritter underneath for Waters. Waters, beautiful backside pass for Christian. Christian will finish with the right hand, and that's what happens when you double team the post. A lot of times you leave that backside open. Farrow with the basketball, 7-point lead for the Maroons. Farrow reverses it out, still pressured by Hankins. Farrow wants a screen, dribbles with his left hand, gets out to the open court, pulls it back now, trying to set up a play. Throws it to the high post for May. Dribble handoff for Coe. Coe, beautiful dump off for Avery May. Puts up a shot, blocked by Jacob Waters. Runs down the rebound, finishes with the right-hand shot over the defense. 26-17 is the score. 3 minutes remaining. Hankins with the basketball. They're going primarily ISO now for Waters. Has Dillo with the crossover drill. Pressured by Coe. Gets it back. Back up top for Hankins. Trying to work the ball for Waters. Hankins goes to Ritter. Ritter pulls a three-point shot. No good. Rebound pulled down by McMillan. A fourth shot there by Ritter. Farrow to the top of the key, behind the back. Pass over for McMillan. McMillan lines up a three-point shot. No good. Rims out. Rebound pulled down by Ritter. 26-17. 2:33 remaining in the second quarter. Hankins comes the other way with it. Hesitation dribble. Spin move now. Throws it to the top of the key for Patrick Christian. Christian drives in, lowers the shoulder, spin move right in front of the basket. He will finish with a right-hand hook shot. 26-19, 2:15 remaining as Dorian McMillan receives the pass. Kicks it back out for Farrow. Farrow snatch back dribble, then goes back between the legs. Spin move. Almost walks with it again, instead kicks it out for Dorian. Dorian drives in, going to put up a fadeaway shot off the glass. It is good. 28-19, 2 minutes remaining.
High-scoring, high-octane action so far in this second quarter. We see Patrick Christian with a pretty spin move and hook shot to go. But then on the other end, Dorian McMillan is a great shot through contact to go on a fadeaway. And then we see Ty Ritter underneath, no good, and rebounded by Peyton Coe.
Coe pushes the basketball, decides to slow it down at the last second. He'll give it to Farrow. 1:40 remaining. Into the hands of McMillan. McMillan jab step, goes back to the right hand, kicks it back out for Farrow near half court. Farrow goes to Reeves. Dribble handoff now for Coe. Over for Farrow. Farrow goes to Reeves in the post. Reeves backs it out to the corner three-point line now. Crossover move by Reeves. Reeves throws a beautiful backside pass for May. May will finish with the right hand. Great job there by Reeves to find this cutting Avery May on the back door.
Great cut, great pass, great finish. A fantastic play drawn up by Coach Burns, and a great job of executing by Reeves and May.
Waters from the top of the key, three-point shot, no good. He is fouled. And the Georgia Maroons do the cardinal sin of fouling the jump shooter. Now Waters will be on the free throw line for three shots.
And Peyton Coe going to try to contest the shot, gets the arm of Waters, and Waters does a great job. Because once again, what can you really do? He's got the height advantage. He's got to be able to shoot the ball. He'll go to the line for the first time tonight, and he misses the first free throw.
Rimmed out on Waters. Second shot is good. Checking into the game is Harden, as well as Ethan Buchanan for the first time.
We also see Shane Ramsey checking in for the Bears as well.
So it is Ramsey, Cook, Harden, Waters, and Buchanan for the Bears. Mabe, Booth, Reeves, Jason McMillan, and Farrow the other way. This is the third free throw, so 1 out of 3 from the line. 10-point lead for the Maroons. 1 minute remaining. Farrow with the basketball, dribbles with the left hand towards the corner, snatch back between the legs. Behind the back, now pass back up to Reeves. Reeves throws it to Dason. Dason thought about a three, did not shoot it. Pressured by Harden. Crossover dribble by Dason. Dason drives in, puts up a shot off the glass. No good. Rebound pulled down by Waters. Waters comes the other way with it. Goes back to the right hand, drives in, pull-up shot from the free throw line. No quick short. Good pass out by Reeves. Reeves with the basketball. Spin move, gets it across. Sits up at the three-point line. Going to take one dribble, pull up. No good. Rebound tipped up into the air. Waters will come down with it. 28 seconds in the second quarter. Waters with the basketball, pressured by Reeves. Reeves crossover. Step back shot by Waters. Waters one-legged shot, no good, and the rebound is going to go into the hands of Booth. Booth throws it ahead to Farrow. Farrow goes back to the right hand in the middle of the court. Kick out for Dason. Dason goes back to Tyrant. 12 seconds remaining. Coach Burns says one shot, and we'll tick down the final 10 seconds, 7 seconds, 6 seconds. Farrow has to hurry. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. Farrow crosses over, kicks it into the corner for Mabe. 1 second. Mabe has to force up a shot. Two-point shot from Avery Mabe is good. And at the half, the Georgia Maroons lead 32-20 after a big-time shot there from Avery Mabe.
Spectacular composure and focus there from Mabe. He takes one dribble with his left hand and pulls up right at the buzzer. He gets it to go from mid-range. A fantastic shot contested to put it up to 12 points. And a great half of basketball
basketball here from the George Wythe Maroons. We have reached halftime of our boys varsity action. George Wythe is a 12-point lead, 32-20. Welcome into our Bland County Medical halftime show. The George Wythe Maroons with a 32-20 lead so far over the visiting Bland County Bears. Great first half of action on both sides. In the first quarter, it was a little bit back and forth. George Wythe kind of asserted their will in the beginning of the second quarter, middle of it, and Bland did a good job at the end to not allow it to get up to 15 or so more points. However, it seems like every late clock situation, first, second, third, fourth quarter, whatever it may be, George Wythe always has the basketball at this point. And they went late yet again. They went at 4 seconds. Avery May was able to bail them out with a long shot. But I'm interested to see later on, maybe in the postseason, if it comes down to a buzzer beater, if they kind of shoot themselves in the foot by waiting so long.
And now remember, Avery May actually made a tough shot. It wasn't an easy shot he had to make to bail them out either. So a fantastic shot by May set up a 12-point lead. But you're right. They are waited too late to be able to go up. And the ideal situation is you take a shot at the very least with about a second and a half to go. So that way you have a chance to maybe tip it up. And really, you don't necessarily see, even in the upper levels, the NBA, the NCAA levels, they don't wait until the very last possible second to take the shot. They want every chance they can to get on the board.
Getting into our keys to victory in the second half, the adjustments. What does Bland need to do specifically to come back and win this game?
Over Bland, we see that really, aside from Jacob Waters, not many people are rebounding. They have the size. They have to go down and box out. It doesn't even matter. You have to have players down there that know, hey, I'm not getting the rebound in this possession. But if I am able to box out my man, then my teammate here can go over and get it. They have to do more of that. And secondly, we haven't seen Jacob Waters play or do a ton. He has 8 points. But as far as what he normally does, he's taking a lot of conservative shots, pull-up jumpers, instead of attacking the glass and taking the ball with a drive. He needs to be able to take the drive, force George Wythe to have to. They're stepping out on him because they want him to drive right now, and he's just not doing it.
Yeah, Jacob Waters has a good jump shot, but with his ability and athleticism, we'd like to see him attack the basket just a little bit more, put some pressure on the defense. Dorian McMillan doing a great job forcing him to take these jump shots, though. And if you're George Wythe, if he makes a few jump shots, you live with it. You're fine with it. It just comes back to the simple fact that Waters is probably, what do you think, 6'4", 6'5", right there?
Easy. And once again, we say his superior size right now, he's shooting over defenders. And people think, they did a great job at contesting the shot. Well, there's only so much that an undersized defender can do on a much taller player, especially with a jumper like Waters can. So you have to let loose the idea that, he is going to knock down a couple of jumpers. But, again, force him to drive and force him to go out of his comfort zone to beat you. George Wythe has done that so far.
As George Wythe comes out of the locker room, what do they need to do to push this lead even farther, even higher, and win this basketball game?
Well, for one, they have to get the ball into Josh Reed's hands more often. Reed, 2 assists, 6 rebounds, and 10 points in the first half. He is the game's leading scorer. So get the ball in Reed's hands. Let him run the offense a little bit. Of course, Tyron Farrer is your set ball handler, so let him run the plays. But I don't want to see a possession where the ball does not touch Reed's hands at least once unless you get a great shot. And then on the defensive end, continue to bring the intensity. Tyron Farrow is doing a great job at knowing where half court is and forcing players to make a decision about what move they want to do before he gets there. Because if you make the wrong move, he's either going to pick your pocket or it's going to be a back court. Keep that defensive intensity up and force Bland once again to limit the turnovers.
It will be Bland County ball coming out after the half. It is Ritter, Hankins, Harden, Christian, and Waters for the Bears. For the Maroons, Reeves, Dorian McMillan, Mabe, Coe, and Farrah. And so the starting lineups back out for George Wythe at the start of the second half. Ritter inbounds it to Hankins, and that begins our second half. Hankins dribbles it to the right side. Hesitation. Kicks it to Waters in the corner. Waters backside pass for Harden. Harden thought about a three. Instead, dribble handoff for Hankins. Hankins crosses back to the right. Throws it to Ritter. Ritter looks inside for Waters. Waters on McMillan. Drives in. Knocked away by McMillan. Waters is able to get it back and kick it out for Christian. Christian then swings it for Harden. Ripped through move by Harden. Puts up a right-hand layup. Good shot there by Harden. Good play drawn up by Coach Hankins.
Great job there by Harden, driving in the lane, hitting a nice float shot over the outstretched arms of the taller defender.
Farrow has it near half court. Drives in. Backdoor pass for Dorian. Dorian dump off pass for Reeves. Reeves was not ready for it. scrum for the basketball. It is on the floor, and we're going to get a jump ball, and it will go in favor of the Maroons.
Great hustle there from Josh Reese. He goes in and did not expect the wraparound pass from Dorian McMillan, although it would have been a great find. Reeves was not prepared for it as it bounces towards the three-point line. But the hustle shown by Reeves to dive on the floor and go get it forces a jump ball, getting the ball back from the Maroons.
Glenn County in a 2-3 out of this inbounds play. Farrow looks backside, throws it off the back of Patrick Christian and puts up a shot blocked by Christian in the hands of Waters. Almost an amazing play right there by Farrow. Hankins comes the other way with it. Behind the back move, Hankins' favorite dribble move. Back out for Waters. Waters jab step, pull up, three-point shot. Good. Flash, Jacob Waters. Big time shot, 7 points, 32-25. 6:57 remaining in the third quarter. Tyron Farrow, the ball handler, goes back to his dominant left hand. Looks backside. It's still in the 2-3 are the Bears. Farrow goes to the high post for Coe. Coe out for Reeves. Reeves runs up a three-point shot. No good. Rebound's going to be pulled down by Waters. Waters decides to slow things down. He'll dribble it up as Dorian slides up to him to pressure. Harden comes off a pass for Christian. Christian jumps in. Going to finish the shot and one after the power dribble there. And Coach Burns wants to travel, and he is irate at this official in front of him.
And Jacob Waters, once again, as we were talking about it, takes an NBA range three contested. He gets it to go. This game is now a 5-point lead. Now, Patrick Christian will try to cut it back to 4 after a great power dribble and a great move to go up and take the foul with the shot.
Christian shot from the free throw line, rims out, rebound pulled down by McMillan. Lead cut to 5. It was 12 at halftime, so a 7-0 run. Farrow throws it over for McMillan. Back to Farrow. Farrow high post pass tipped in for Reeves into the hands of Jacob Waters. Good activity there. Pass ahead to Harden. Probably got away with the travel. Dribble handoff now for Ritter. Ritter throws it back to Harden. Harden goes to Hankins. Hankins swing pass is going to be stolen there by McMillan. McMillan drives in, lowers the shoulder, puts up a shot, and it's blocked by Hankins, but they're going to call him for a foul. And Dorian will go to the free throw line.
And great job by Dorian as he actually goes in and forces Hankins to kind of reach over and try to swat the shot. That's going to be a foul call every time because of the great positioning by McMillan to go to the line for 2. But once again, Gage Hankins active on the defensive end and using his hands to knock the ball away, forcing a turnover.
McMillan's shot from the free throw line is good. Back to a 6-point lead.
These are big free throws because, as you mentioned, Bland starting off the second half with a 7-0 run.
Second shot rolls around but goes in. 7-point lead. Ritter inbounds it to Waters. Waters will run the point guard. Waters is going to, a 3-2 defense deployed by the George Wythe Maroons. So a different look. Patrick Christian throws it high post for Waters. Waters turnaround shot, no good, but he is fouled. He will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair.
And they're going to get Ty Ritter on this play. Actually, they're going to get Peyton Coe. I don't know. I believe the foul would have actually been on Tyron Farrow, but instead they call it on the young guy in Coe. But Jake Waters, realizing that he has a smaller defender, cuts through the middle, gets the ball, and tries a pull-up or a turnaround jumper. Cannot quite get it because of the contact, so goes to the line for 2.
Waters' shot from the free throw line is good. In the first quarter, he was fouled on a three-point attempt, made 1 out of 3. Ethan Cook checking in for Hankins. Also Buchanan. Buchanan will check in for Ritter. 6-point lead for the Maroons. Second shot from Waters is good. Nothing but net. Back to a 5-point lead for the Maroons, 34-29. Inbounds pass to Farrow. Farrow throws it ahead to Coe. Still in the 2-3 are the Bears. Farrow backside for McMillan. McMillan goes back to Farrow. Farrow for Coe. Coe throws it back to Farrow. Farrow for Dorian. Underneath for Avery. Avery receives the pass in the corner and kicks it back out for Dorian. Dorian throws it to the high post for Reeves. Reeves one dribble, kicks it into the corner for Coe. Coe thought about a 3, instead dribbles and kicks it back for McMillan. McMillan drives in, going to put up a tough shot, and he is fouled. And the ball will be stuck in the basket. And McMillan will go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
A pretty no-look pass there from Peyton Coe as he hits Dorian McMillan in the corner, and a tough drive down the baseline, takes the contact from Patrick Christian, and almost gets to go, but it gets stuck in between the basket and the backboard.
McMillan from the free throw line is good. Jonathan Bright going to check back in for Harden.
Interesting decision by Coach Burns on the last possession also to charge to a 3-2, something we don't normally see from the Maroons. McMillan, second shot, no good. Rebound is going to be pulled down by Christian. Avery Mays did a good job of trying to keep it alive. Ethan Cook receives the ball. He'll be the point guard. 3-2 defense. Jonathan Bright with the basketball near half court. Pass over now to Cook. Goes back to Bright. Now they drop into a 2-3. Ethan Buchanan with the basketball. Looks high post. Intended for Patrick Christian. It's going to go almost out of bounds. Saved by Coe into the hands of Tyron Farrow. Farrow reverse dribbles it back out. Farrow swings it to McMillan. McMillan thought about a three. Instead, going to throw it backside for Coe. Coe throws it short corner for Mabe. Mabe cannot handle the pass, but he's going to save it at the last second. Throws a pass too tall for Tyron Farrow. And it will turn back over to the Blaine County Bears. And I go to hustle there by Mabe, but just a high pass that Farrow is not able to go up and get as he goes through his hands into the backcourt. Blaine County will take over at half court.
Ethan Cook with the basketball. Calls a thumbs-up play. Typically, it's some type of back screen where he runs through. There comes the back screen. Jacob Waters denied by Reed, so Ethan Cook has to go the other way. Throws it to Jonathan Bright. Gives it back to Ethan Cook. Cook goes to Waters. Waters a deep three-point shot. No good off the side of the rim. Rebound is going to be saved by McMillan and thrown back to Farrow. 4:22 remaining in the third quarter. Tyron Farrow with the basketball. Gives it to Reeves. Reeves ball fake. Drives in. Hop step. Dumps it off for McMillan. Cannot handle the pass. Into the hands of Cook on the steal. Cook reverse dribbles it back out. Kicks it for Bright. Bright with the basketball, throws it high post for Christian. Christian puts it on the floor, spin move, big spin move, puts it up off the glass. It is good. Patrick Christian is a load in the paint.
A great job. They're actually losing the basketball, regaining possession, and getting the ball in. It's going to be a timeout call here by the Wythe Maroons. And on the turnover, on the other hand, I believe it was Josh Reeves actually wanted to go to Pete Coe in the left wing, but Dorian McMillan cutting actually tried to take it, could not corral the pass, forcing the turnover. But great job by Blaine County. They're back within 4.
What was once a 12-point lead at the half has indeed been cut to 4 by Blaine County. Balanced scoring. It's not Jacob Waters doing everything for the Blaine County Bears. Patrick Christian has shown off his ability to do some post moves, and Avery Mabe is having some trouble with him down low in the post.
And Patrick Christian's just a strong and athletic individual down low, using an array of spin moves and potential like a power dribble. So he does a great job getting down low, creating the separation, and Mabe is only doing just enough to contest the shot. He can't force him to miss it because Patrick Christian is a fantastic athlete.
It will be George Wythe basketball after the timeout. Reeves, Mabe, Coe, Farrow, and Dorian McMillan. Ramsey, Waters, Jonathan Bright, Cook, and Christian for the Bears. 12-point lead cut to 4, 35-31. Inbounds to Farrow. Still in the 2-3 defense are the Bears. Pass over to Coe into the corner for Reeves. Reeves looks backside. He hits Farrow on that pass. Throws it in the corner for Mabe. Mabe pressured by Ramsey. Throws a pass to Reeves. Dumps it off underneath for McMillan. McMillan has to contort his body. Almost blocked by Waters. And Waters will come the other way after the miss. Ball fake into the corner. Waters still with the basketball. He'll dribble handoff for Bright, who goes back up for Cook. Cook kicks it to Ramsey on the right wing. Ramsey looks inside and tries to kick it out for Cook. Cook goes back to Bright. Bright back to Cook. To Ramsey. Ramsey swing pass intended for Bright. Picked off by Reeves. Reeves coming down the court with it. High shot. Puts up the layup. It is good as Josh Reeves finishes. Big bucket there for the George Wythe Maroons. 37-31 as the Blaine County Bears coming the other way. 3:04. Ethan Cook will slow things down as he passes it to Ramsey. Ramsey covered by Coe. Ramsey back up top for Bright. Bright back to Ramsey. Jab step from Ramsey. Attacks, crossover. Drives in. Spin move by Ramsey. Puts up the shot. Partially blocked. And Patrick Christian underneath the basket to finish the second chance opportunity.
And one of the few lapses you'll ever see from George Wythe Bears. They did not box out Patrick Christian. And it's too easy. He gets the rebound and puts it up. A great job of offensive rebounding by Christian.
Coe has the basketball. Throws it back to Farrow on the right wing. Farrow puts it on the floor with the right hand. Throws a pass for Coe down the court. Coe throws it to the high post for Mabe. Mabe dumps it off for Reeves. Reeves backside pass from McMillan. Beautiful forward movement there from the George Wythe Maroons as they move the basketball. 39-33. Glenn County Bears coming the other way. 2:15 remaining here in the third quarter. Coe on Waters. Waters size advantage. Drives in past Coe easily. Finishes with the layup. And if Coe's going to be switched on to Waters, it's going to be a long night.
And it's going to have some help in that corner because Waters is going to blow past him on the baseline every single time. You see exactly that. But great ball movement by George Wythe. Gets 2 points on the board. A fantastic job with their passing and dribbling. Peyton Coe thought about a three, and he'll kick it back over to Tyron Farrow. Farrow dishes it in the corner for Mabe. Mabe goes back up top for Farrow. Back over for Coe. Coe goes back to Farrow. Farrow thought about a three, did not shoot it. You can hear the student section deafening right now. Pass over for Coe. Coe lines up a three-point shot. No good. Rebound is going to be in the hands of Avery Mabe. And we're going to get a foul, I believe, on Jacob Waters. It will be on the Glenn County Bears and Jacob Waters. A spectacular rebound there by Avery Mabe going up against two different defenders. Although I don't know about the foul call. It could have potentially been a jump ball instead. But it will be a foul call, and George Wythe will take over under Glenn's basket. Farrow tries to throw an inbounds pass to Mabe. Knocked out of bounds again by Waters. Inbound to Mabe. Backside for McMillan. Pass over for Coe. Coe going to try another three-pointer. Hits the backside of the rim. Rebound pulled down by Bright. Bright into the hands of Hankins. Into the hands of Waters. Waters covered by Coe again. Drives with the right hand. Going to put up a layup. Shot is no good. Rebound tipped around. Pulled down by Mabe. Mabe throw ahead to Farrow. Farrow will slow things down. Pressured by Bright now as Bright backs up. Great rebound there by Avery Mabe, fighting through his team like his own teammate. But Waters tried to expose the high differential once again. Cannot quite get it to go this time. But George Wythe does a great job at getting help on that corner.
Coe with the basketball. Goes to backside for Farrow. Farrow going to try a three-pointer of his own. Big shot there from Tyron Farrow. Lead pushed back to 7 with less than 1 minute remaining in the third quarter. The Glenn County Bears come the other way as Gage Hankins has the basketball on the left wing. Dribbles it to the right. Pass to Jonathan Bright. Goes back to Hankins. Hankins with the right hand dribble over for Waters. Waters dribbles with the right hand, crosses back to the right, going to pull a three-point shot. Shot, Jacob Waters. Back-to-back threes. Waters answers Farrow's three. 4-point lead for the Maroons. Less than 30 seconds remaining in our third quarter. Coach Burns says one shot. Coe has the basketball, passes it to the half-court line to Reeves. Reeves goes back to Farrow, pressured by Hankins and Ramsey. Backside for Coe. Coe with the basketball, almost stolen by Bright, goes to Reeves. Reeves thought about throwing the backside pass, instead back out for Farrow near half court. Big possession here going into our fourth quarter. McMillan dumps it off for Farrow. Farrow backside for Josh Reeves. Reeves lines up a three-point shot. No good off the front of the rim. Into the hands of Hankins. And then Reeves is going to rip it away from him. And right before the third quarter, we're going to get a jump ball. And it will be in favor of the Glenn County Bears. So a big-time play there from Josh Reeves to get this jump ball. And it will be the Bears basketball. However, it flips the possession a little bit.
And that's the important thing, because now, as long as this stands the way it will, which it most likely will with 1.8 to go, it's going to go back to Glenn on the next possession.
Jacob Waters going to have to put up a heat. He takes it. He puts up the shot, and it is almost good. Missed it. Barely. Almost had a chance.
And by our angle, it looked like it was perfect. But as we can tell, we can't quite see far enough to our left. But it was a great shot. It looked like it. Still, Glenn County being down by 12, they've cut it back to 4. A fantastic quarter by Jacob Waters as he puts up 10-plus points and a bunch of tough shots as they cut it back to, again, 4 points and just under one possession.
4-point game, 42-38. Welcome back to George Wythe High School, along with my broadcast partner to my right, Blake Holmes, and our game station engineer and studio operator, Willis Williams. I am Jacob Underwood. For the Maroons, it will be Dorian McMillan, Tyron Farrow, Peyton Coe, Avery Mabe, and Josh Reeves. For the Bears, Ty Ritter, Jacob Waters, Gage Hankins, Tristan Dillow, and Trey Hard. Still in the 2-3 are the Bears. Peyton Coe with the basketball on the left wing. Back up top for Dorian McMillan. McMillan passes it back for Coe. Back to McMillan. McMillan probably about 8 steps behind the three-point line. Pass back to Coe. Coe fakes the three-point shot. Throws it back to McMillan. McMillan goes back to Coe. 2-man game right now. Ball fake towards the corner. Back to McMillan. McMillan looks towards Reeves' side, so give him the basketball. Reeves back to McMillan. Back to Coe. Back to McMillan. Back to Coe. Back to McMillan. Back to Coe. Back to McMillan. Back to Coe.
It's just live, folks. We are not a broken record right now.
Coe dribbles around, and then going to kick it back out to McMillan. McMillan throws it to the high post for Farrow. Farrow backside for Coe into the hands of Mabe. Back to Coe. Back to McMillan. Back to Farrow into the corner for Reeves. Reeves going to line up a three-point shot. No good off the front of the rim. Rebound pulled down by Ritter. Into the hands of Waters off to the races. Gets to the right wing, covered by Coe. Pull-up three-point shot. It's no good. Hit the front of the rim. Rebound pulled down by McMillan. 6:57 remaining in the fourth quarter. McMillan will give it to Sparrow, who throws it ahead for Reeves, and it's picked up by Hankins. Hankins gets it behind the back move, puts up the layup, and it's going to be a foul call, and Hankins will go to the free throw line to shoot two.
I got to say, I don't agree with that foul call. It looked like Hankins actually lowered the shoulder and initiated the contact, but they do call the foul. And George Wythe playing a little bit of a stall offense, it seemed like, for the most part, but they were looking for the right shot. Josh Reeves just could not get it to go in the corner three.
Hankins with the basketball. Throw this good. 3-point game. Good will check in for Reeves. Hankins' second shot, high arcing shot, is good. 42-40. The lead cuts to 2. We have a game tonight. 6:46. Sparrow throws it ahead for McMillan. McMillan into the corner for May. May pressure. Going to throw it back for Dorian. Dorian back for Coe. Coe, an open 3-point shot is going to be no good off the side of the rim. Rebound is going to be tipped up, and Avery May is going to knock it out of bounds. Hankins and May were fighting for the basketball, and it's so loud in here right now. We have to cover our ears.
Yeah, it's so loud. It's almost hard to think right now. But Avery May does a great job of hustling, and Coe has a good shot look. It cannot quite seem to go. Here we are. Blaine County has a chance to take the lead in this game.
Hankins has the basketball on the right wing. Throws it back over for Dillow. Dillow gives it back to Hankins. High post for Ritter. Ritter turnaround free throw jump shot. It's good. Basketball game here in the Gleason. 42-42. 6 minutes, 13 seconds remaining here in our last quarter of action. Tyron Farrow fiddles the basketball, gets it across half court, gets by his man, pull up a shot from the free throw line. Good for Tyron Farrow. Big time answer. 44-42. Maroons, we take the lead.
Welcome back, Tyron Farrow and Ty Ritter. Big time shots this game. A 2-point game, 5 minutes to go. Anything can happen at this point.
Harden passes it to Hankins on the right wing. Hankins goes back to Dillow. Dillow puts it on the floor. Kicks it out for Harden. Harden lines up a 3-point shot. No good. Offensive rebound. Six out Hankins. It's Cleveland Athletic play. 44-44. 5:39 remaining in the fourth quarter. Farrell pass ahead to Goose. Loses the handle. Throws it back for Farrell. Almost stolen by Dillow. Farrell keeps it into the corner for Coe. Coe goes back to Dorian. Dorian drives in. Looks underneath. Going to put up a shot. It is good. Big time answer there from Dorian McMillan. And the Georgia Maroons, we take the lead. 46-44.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a fantastic basketball game right now. An athletic and heads-up play. Jack Waters for the three. Big time shot from Jacob Waters on the right wing. He takes the lead in the fourth quarter. Oh, my word, folks.
Big time shot there from Jacob Waters, about 3 steps behind the 3-point line. Knocks it down. And the Blaine County Bears retake the lead, 47-46. McMillan triple teams now. Throws it into the corner for Goose. Goose back up top for Coe. Coe goes back to Farrow. Farrow one dribble kick into the corner for May. May covered by Hankins. May puts it on the floor for Dorian. Dorian backside pass for Coe. Coe thought about a three and kicks it for Goose. Goose lines up a 3-point shot of his own. No good. Rebound pulled down by Ritter. Ritter kicks it out for Hankins. 4:44 remaining. Hankins into the hands of Waters. Waters crossover dribble. Gets to his spot. Pull-up shot is good. Jacob Waters is on fire. 49-46. 4:34 remaining here in the fourth quarter.
Unconscious right now is Jacob Waters. Hey, Frank, we get another timeout here from George Wythe. What a pull-up jumper on what is regarded as one of the best defenders on the George Wythe team. That is Dorian McMillan. A fantastic shot. Puts the game to back to 3 points. My goodness, what a game we have here in the dungeon.
30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. The student section for the George Wythe Maroons. Still chanting. You can probably hear them in the background. Yeah, the Blaine County crowd all around us. They get excited after every shot. Great atmosphere, and it feels like a playoff game.
And it's one of the most electric atmospheres we've had all season long. And what can you expect with a high-profile matchup like this? Unbelievable shot coming out here from Jacob Waters, and great defense sets up. We have a 3-point ball game in favor of the Blaine County Bears.
It will be George Wythe basketball after the timeout. Reeves back into the game. Tyron Farrow is the point guard. He'll handle it. Still in the 2-3 are the George Wythe Maroons. Coe kicks it to Reeves. Reeves goes back to Coe. High post for Dorian. Gets away by Hankins. Ball is loose on the floor. Coming away with his punch at Christian. Christian passes over for Harden. Harden has it ripped away by Dorian McMillan. Steals both ways. 4:10 remaining.
Big time defensive play by McMillan, as it was Ritter who actually had to struggle a little bit and actually lost the ball. McMillan coming up with a steal.
Pass over for Reeves. Reeves ball fake goes back to Farrow. Farrow a deep 3-point shot. No good. In the hands of Waters. is the rebound. Waters passes it to Harden. Harden going to attack Coe's hip. Step back. Kicks it out for Waters. Waters from the three-point line. Puts up the shot. Jacob Waters knocks it down at 52-46. Jacob Waters unconscious right now. Are you at ice in his face? Four-pointed. A step-back jumper. Puts it up to 6. Josh Reeves, 1-3 in the answer. No good. Rebound put out for Coe. Coe with the basketball. Kicks it back for Reeves. Reeves runs up a three-point shot. Cannot answer. Jordan McMillan runs down that rebound. Back out to Farrow. Farrow goes back for Dorian. Dorian into the corner for Maeve. Maeve runs up a three-point shot. No good. Back to Christian. Pulls down the rebound. Almost gets away by Reeves, but he'll pass it to Hankins. 52-46 is the score. Hankins is pressured by Farrow. We're going to get a foul call on Farrow, and I'm not sure that's the right call. Farrow pick complete.
That's a big-time call there by the official. I don't say that I agree with it either. I believe still has to pick the ball clean. But what a run this Blanton County team is on right now. George Wythe has no answers for Jacob Waters and the crowd from behind the arc. Fantastic job here in the fourth quarter.
Harden, an easy inbounder of the basketball. He'll inbound it to Hankins. 3 minutes, 10 seconds remaining. 6-point lead for the Bears. Tries to go by Farrow. Farrow moves his feet behind the back move from Hankins. Hankins pressured by Farrow. Gets it into the hands of Harden. Harden tries to dribble handoff for Waters. Gives it to him. Waters drops him. Pulls another three-point shot. If this one goes, it's got it. It's good for the three-point line. Right now, this is absolutely insane shooting from Jacob Waters. Best shooter for we've been all season long, and he saves it for the clutch against George Wythe. Jordan McMillan with the basketball goes back to the right hand, kick out for Reed. Reed throws it to Farrow. Farrow three-point shot. They need this one. No good. Rebound pulled down by Waters. Waters comes the other way with a 2:28. Jacob Waters right hand dribble gets to his spot, and they're going to call Coe for a two-hand-on push foul, and it will be a dead ball underneath.
And a good foul there by Coe as he forces it. Again, they're not in the bonus yet. George Wythe only with 5 fouls right now. But again, a good foul call there by Coe. As we will see, he goes, and it'll be underneath the basket.
Jonathan Bright with the basketball. Looks to inbound it for Waters. He does so. Waters quickly gets it in the hands of Ramsey. Ramsey pressured by Reed. Ramsey going to put it on the floor. Gets to the free throw line. Steps back. Got away with the travel there, folks. Gets it into the hands of Cook. Cook goes back to Bright. Bright's going to be fouled there by Dorian McMillan. And we're not quite in the bonus yet. The George Wythe Maroons team. Actually, we'll see here. I believe they need one more foul to put them into the bonus.
Based on the scoreboard right now, it does appear that way. But George Wythe selling out completely to prevent Jacob Waters. He's got 29 points in this ball game right now.
Jonathan Bright will be the inbounder. Throws it backcourt for Cook. 2:12 remaining. Cook handles the basketball. Pressured by Coe. Coe playing great defense. Kicks it into the corner for Ramsey. Pressured by Josh Reeves. Into the hands of Christian. Christian kick out for Bright. Bright reverse dribble. Pressured now by Farrow and Coe. Into the hands of Cook. Cook kicks the backside for Jacob Waters. Waters 4-3 air ball. Backside blocked by Avery May. But they're going to call a foul as Avery May was blocked the shot. They're going to say he got Ramsey on the wrist. And honestly, I don't know about that call.
I have to agree with you, Jacob. I don't think that was a foul. I believe it was a good defensive play by Avery May, but they called the foul. And this is what momentum can do for you. You feel that everything is going your way, and that's exactly what's happening for the Blanton County Bears. They are out to a 9-point lead, trying to make it 11.
Ramsey's first free throw, no good. 1:53 remaining in the fourth quarter. 46-55, the Maroons have to work, and they have to work now.
And you can still hear the animated side from the Blanton County Bears. They're using that at fullest potential and feeding off of it right now in the dungeon.
Second shot is good. George Wythe will roll the basketball in. Pass into Farrow. Farrow throws it ahead for Coe. Coe throws it backside for Reeves. Reeves runs up a three-point shot. No good off the front of the rim. Into the hands of Cook. Into the hands of Waters. And we're going to get an offensive foul here by Bright, as he kind of bumped Reeves for no reason. And it will be George Wythe basketball on the side.
I believe they're going to call actually an illegal screen is what they call. So a big break here for George Wythe. It is still only a 10-point game, but a minute 42 to go. They got to go right now.
Tyron Farrow gives it to Dorian. Dorian drives in. Maybe that was a double dribble. Kick out for Reeves. Reeves pulls a three. Air ball. Brings out into the hands of Jacob Waters. Waters goes the length of the court. Drives in. Puts up a shot off the glass. No good. They're going to call a foul. And they're arguing for an intentional, but I don't believe they're going to get it.
They do have a case here, though, as McMillan wrapped up Waters. He was going up for it, too. Instead, they're going to
throw line, a minute 30. 10-point lead for the Bears. Free throw is good. 57-46.
And there is Waters' 30th point of this ballgame. 30 points and 10 rebounds on the glass for Jacob Waters.
Waters' second free throw is good as well. 58-46. Reeves inbounds it to Tyron Farrow. Farrow crossover, gets to the free throw line, going to pull up. A foul. And Tyron Farrow will go to the free throw line.
And very similar to the play with Avery May, but on the other end, I do believe that was a clean block as he got his hand on the basketball. Instead, the officials do say that he got the arm. He will go to the line for two. And remember, a 12-point game now for Blaine County.
Farrow at the free throw line. First shot, no good, off the front of the rim. Farrow, second shot is up. Rims out. Rebound pulled down by Reeves. Reeves turnaround hook shot. Puts up a shot. Could have been called a foul on Waters. Instead, Cook will come down with the rebound. A minute 20. Cook passes ahead to Christian, covered by Farrow. Christian goes back to Cook. Cook drives in. Going to pick up his dribble, throw it backside for Christian. Christian spin move. Kick out in the corner for Ramsey. Ramsey back up top for Bright. Bright whip through move. Knocked down by Coles. Gets up with the basketball. It's got to be some type of call there. And now they're going to call Dorian McMillan for a reach in.
And I'm surprised we didn't get either a foul call on Peyton Coe or a travel there by Jonathan Bryant. He went to the ground and picked up the basketball with it. Instead of being a travel or a foul, they let it go. And so it will be Ethan Cook at the free throw line trying to push the lead to 14.
Minute 4 remaining in the fourth quarter. Cook indeed at the free throw line. First shot, no good. Rebound is going to go off of Josh Reeves' hand. And Coe's going to save it from going out of bounds. Big-time play there by Coe. Josh Reeves going to pull from three. They need this bad. No good off the back side of the rim. Rebound kicked in the hands of McMillan. McMillan goes back out to May. Back over for McMillan. McMillan forces up a three. No good. Reeves with the rebound. Step back shot for Reeves. Reeves going to pull from deep. No good. Rebound kicked in the hands now of Jonathan Bright. Bright with the basketball. Spin moves. Gets it back for Waters. 39 seconds remaining. Waters walking the basketball. Josh Reeves is going to make it out of bounds.
And Jacob Waters was a foul call there on Reeves. He reached in to go get it. And we see instead they were just calling out of bounds. So we're going to get a full timeout here from West. Listen to this 12 and how any minute they are for this team. A 12-point lead with 34 seconds to go. A great second half comeback here for the Blaine County Bears.
And important to note, this is the visiting crowd, folks, surrounding us. We're on the Blaine County side right now. These are all Blaine County fans making this noise. The student section for George Wythe kind of quieted down a little bit. They're still chanting.
And now, of course, the Blaine County side is pointing and doing the most general chant in this situation. Scoreboard. Because, again, what a spectacular fourth quarter this has been for Blaine County, breaking open this big lead.
58-46, 34 seconds remaining. Foul differential 9-5. Blaine County was down 12 at halftime. Now they're up 12. It will be Blaine County basketball on the sideline. If George Wythe's going to win, they're going to need a miracle.
And there's been a lot of self-inflicted mistakes by George Wythe tonight. If they want a chance, they got to get the ball back now.
Inbound is to number 14, Noah Payne, in for the first time. Back to Ramsey. And George Wythe's not going to foul. They're going to be content to let this time tick off the clock. And for the second time this year, the Blaine County Bears are going to defeat the George Wythe Maroons.
I'd love to know the last time that happened because what an impressive performance. And Logan Loader, force two, cannot quite get it to go. Tyron Farrow going down the floor. He will shoot just a left-handed layup and get it to go, making the lead. But it's a victory here for the Blaine County Bears. Listen to this crowd right now. I don't know if you can hear me, but, a fantastic job in the second half by Blaine County.
10-point win by the Blaine County Bears when they were down 12 at the half. Jacob Waters with 31 points on the night. Unconscious from the three-point lane. He probably heard us say we needed to attack more, told us to shut up, wanted to shoot the three-point.
And the funniest thing about it is I might even be a little bit off on that. He might have had more because of a fantastic job. These three-point shots that he was making were not easy, contested. Step-back jumpers, fadeaways. It didn't matter. He was knocking them down left and right in the fourth quarter. An unbelievable job in the clutch by Jacob Waters. Player of the week worthy performance.
And we may get a third matchup in the playoff if the chips fall where they